Welcome to TTN Presents. I'm Andy, and my contribution to TTN Halloween Week is a fever dream of my own design called Isle of the Wizard Green. It's a chapter from an upcoming book that I've adapted to be a little more lethal and a little more ridiculous, and I'm really excited to share it with you all. Uh, let's meet our players, starting with Juicy.
Hi, I am Juicy Garland, Boston area drag queen, crit nominated indie AP performer, and part of Tabletop Tailspinners. I am super excited to play this ridiculous game, and I hope you're along for the ride with me. Who's next?
Rachel?
Oh, okay.
Sure. I am Rachel, otherwise known as the Organized DM. You can find me on APs such as Castleton, Fate Arc Eclipse, Legends and Lore, and I am very excited to probably die and then come back. I will popcorn to Craig.
Oh, hello. Hi, I'm Craig, also known as Craig of Inspiration, trying to help 10,000 Dungeon Masters run better games. And popcorn to Andy?
Hi. I'm Andy, also known as ValveMax010 on most places on the internet. I'm a short form content creator, and I'm in a couple of actual plays like Our Flag Means Doom and Bayonet. And I'm gonna popcorn over to Aetherius.
Hey everybody, my name is Aetherius Bordeaux, known as Vampire Himbo on most places on the internet, save for here on Twitch where you can find me as Vampire_Himbo. I am an AP actor. You can catch me as well in the international smash hit Castleton. I am also on the Crit Award-winning Philly by Night alongside my coterie mate here, Juicy. I also have some really exciting stuff happening on this network, happening on TTN that has been in production for months and months and months and months, just growing, becoming more polished, and I cannot wait to share that with you guys. It is truly one of my favorite forms of creative expression right now, and I am also a full-time cast member over at Roll D5, so that is me. Pass.
And with that, let's get into our game. We're zooming in to the coastal region of Caranthus that has been ravaged by storms and creatures never before seen on the material plane. Our cast of heroes have finally reached the end of their long journey to the Isle of the Wizard Green. Whether it was the strange creatures invading the land that took something from you, or the acid storms that spill forth from the wizard's tower that ruined your home, or whether you're simply here for the bounty on the wizard's head, our heroes, you all, have arrived. You stand now at the edge of a large lake, only a short jaunt from your final destination. The ship you acquired along the way should do just fine. The wizard's experiments have thrust this region into chaos for long enough. It's your time now. Time to finally put an end to this reign of chaos. The clouds of a gathering storm caution against deliberating for too long, but there's one final decision to make as you prepare to set sail. You sail to the island's northern reaches where the cliffs can conceal your approach, or do you instead take the direct route to the island's black sand shores? And I would like to meet your characters. So when you speak up and introduce your character for the first time, describe what they look like, give us a name, and then let us know what your character thinks of what the best choice of action is, and what role they would like to have on the ship. So description, name, course of action, role on the ship.
Well, I am Adelberg, Blue Wizard of the Sixth Sphere of Garund, Master of the Turning Page, Knower of Dark and Hidden Secrets, nominee of the 2024 Crit Awards for Performance in Indie Gaming. The elves know me as Elf Flanro. The gnomes know me as Hrimdriminy Jones. The goblins know me as Gobbledygork. I am known in the Northeast Corridor as Hey, I'm Walking Here. And There may be other secret names you do not even know, which if you were to learn them, you would turn into a pile of crackers and be eaten by seagulls immediately. And I'd like to be in the crow's nest. That's going to happen again, at least twice more.
Honestly, I thought it would take more than like a minute into this to break us, but I've changed my mind.
I've been sitting on that for a while. I was really excited about it. But yeah. Edelberg wants to be in the crow's nest. And he is a blue wizard. He's deeply awkward. He has a charisma of 9. And he's a bit hunched. He's got almost white hair, blue eyes, pale skin. He's really pasty. And he has a very tall, pointed blue wizard hat.
Okay, so you offer yourself to be in the crow's nest.
Yeah, I want
and,
to watch for stuff. I feel like I can pay attention to the weather.
What is everybody else gonna do? You could be a navigator. You could be somebody sort of organizing the sails. You could be somebody making sure that the boat is getting rowed. You could just take defensive positions in case monsters arrive. You could hide in the cargo bay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm in the helm of the ship, taking the course of navigator, and what you would all see is a small a goblin who kind of looks up at the crow's nest and says, "Holy shit, is that gobbledygook?
Hey, dude!"
Oh my. He's a legend." I'm getting distracted. But you would see a small elderly goblin with a pale comb-over hair, tweed jacket, a red bow tie, and he'd just be kind of like barely looking over the edge of the wheel. And this is Professor Thibodeau Bunkerbuster III. A faithful but very deject professor of a university, and I'm so sick of this shit.
Professor Bunkerbuster, please, I have your books. And you see a purple tiefling, very young, early 20s woman running up with a stack of books that are taller than her and kind of tripping up the stairs towards him, but catching all of them quickly. Professor, you forgot your books. We will need them whenever we get to the island. Yes?
Yeah.
To figure out
Yeah.
what is going on. Would you like me to row? Is that what would be helpful to you? I really need that letter of recommendation for graduate school.
I hear you loud and clear, Zoya. Just please calm down and please put the books down. You're gonna get it. We just gotta figure out this assignment first. We're here to do some research, and we gotta get there first of all. And I don't need you making a big deal about it and getting all frazzled like you always do. Okay? I'm already frazzled enough. I don't want to have to deal with more of it.
Well, I will try. I will try to not get frazzled. I will try to be an asset. I can be an asset.
You're the one pleasant thing that's ever happened since my wife left me, okay? And I don't want you to think that I don't appreciate you, but goodness, are you annoying?
Yeah, my roommate calls me that too. I try better.
All right.
She's gonna go over to one of the ore stations and kind of set herself up ready.
Wherever the navigator is, if there's like a map of kind of where we're heading, There's like a younger, early mid-20s, very clean like slacks and a clean button-up shirt. Kind of both are like different colors of mustard, and he like pushes up his glasses and points to the north side of the island and says, "Yeah, we should definitely go to the south. I think that'll be the best way to get there around everything." And Guy Underfoot is the mustard wizard.
It's you. Ah!
Oh, hey, so good to. I finally, so glad to meet you. I love your work.
I have heard of you. You've heard of me?
Yeah, all the time.
Exactly.
Only good things, I swear.
Well, obviously. I'm brilliant.
So, with what you've seen in the crow's nest, where do you think? What direction do you think we should go?
On the ocean.
I thought this was a lake.
Yeah, you say on the ocean. Zoya speaks up. I thought this was a lake, and a grizzled man with a sort of bushy beard takes out a dagger, stabs it in the map, and says, "It's a lake, you idiot. I need all of you to pay careful attention. Okay, this boat is going across this lake. We can go side from the south side." Or we can give up, go home, let region fall to waste, and we all die, maybe happily in our beds tonight. I don't know what our time scale is.
Maybe let's not do that.
I
Great.
say the north side.
I'm only 10 days from retirement, and I'd rather retire in peace, okay? I'm not trying to die in my bed.
You'll live forever. Not even gods themselves could kill you.
I'm gonna
Golly,
say
I find that true. I'm gonna believe you for some odd reason.
so. As this is happening, on the deck, the camera is going to go down a layer into the bowels of the ship, where we would see a very neatly dressed halfling with one of his little halfling legs put over the other as he sits cross, and he has the tiniest, cutest little clipboard. And you see as he pulls a handkerchief from inside of his shirt, and he hands it to this woman who is inconsolably crying, who has very clearly had several losses, both human and property, as a result of what's happening on this green island. Oh, there. Oh, geez. Okay. Now, if I just want to make sure I got everything right as we tally this up. And I do want to reiterate, ma'am, that had you gotten larceny insurance before this happened, we wouldn't be looking at what we're dealing with currently. So, oh, geez. So we've got your family heirlooms. He takes out a pair of diamond earrings that have your family crest on them that put a little bit of a dent in it. We've got the deed to your house, and you gave me your grandfather's will. I don't. Okay, I will hold on to that just in case. The little bit of, unfortunately, ma'am, it looks like we may have to go with manual labor as the way that you end up paying back this debt that you owe to larceny. So we'll figure that out. You stay here and mourn. He takes out like a little halfling fistful of tissues from his shirt and puts it on her lap and taps her lap twice. And yeah, and then if you think about it, I don't want to give you the hard sell here, especially when you're dealing with something. But if you'd like to avoid these fees in the future, you could sign up for our larceny insurance beforehand. And then that way, the next time there's something apocalyptic that happens, you won't be like fucking cheese and crackers. What am I gonna do? You'll be set. You'll have a plan. So you don't
But-
need to make a choice now. Oh,
But Larson, sir, I can't do manual labor. The last thing I have to my name is this very ship. Could you maybe take this ship?
We see Larson. There's a split second where you see his eyes light up, and he immediately tries to play that a little bit cooler. He's hiding a slowly spreading smile on his face. This ship. Okay. I mean, I suppose I could let it slide just this one time. I will take ownership of this ship and tell you what, because I like you, we're going to knock down your manual labor to just 50 hours in addition to the ship. How does that sound? I feel like that's a good compromise here.
Sir, I appreciate that so much. And it's at that moment that the ship finally takes off. As while you may own this ship, you don't control it.
Right.
Back
He's
on the deck.
definitely puffing his little halfling chest out now that he's the owner of this bad boy. You'll see that as he comes up.
Oh, absolutely. Back on the deck, I think that there's still an animated discussion of where you are going. The man who has self-appointed himself as captain introduces himself as Valenkus to you all and just says, "So far, we have one vote for the north side. And look, honestly, all I really need is one vote and a bunch of apathy. Sold?"
Well, hold on here. Can I do a history check, maybe, to see if I know something?
You can absolutely do a history check.
I rolled a 9, so I'm just gonna be very. So yeah, like the north side is fine, but then of course there's always the south side. Who knows? The important part is that we make a choice. So I guess your apathy is what you're gonna get.
Anybody else who would like to make a roll for history, what you know about this island, you are free to.
Let's go. That's a 5. So
21.
17.
19. Take the 21.
Everybody who got above a 15, you know a couple of things. First off, it will take you longer to reach the north side, but on the north side of the island is a steep cliff, which you would have to climb in order to get onto the island proper. You also have heard that there might be farms and like greenhouses from people who made it to the island and made it back some number of weeks ago. You also know that along the southern shore, where there are the black sands, it should be easy to land, but you don't know what's there. So those are sort of the two choices: faster and easier to land, or longer and sort of harder to arrive. But you might have like a back way. You're basically looking for a way to get to and enter the tower. And you don't know what way is like actually safer.
Professor, sir, I do not know if you can climb cliff. That's your hip and everything. It might be too much.
Yeah, if we're landing on the north side of the island, then somebody's gonna have to carry me. That's just how this is gonna go.
Yeah, I'm not really one for manual labor.
as you say manual labor, the door from the bowels of the ship pops open. And I am going to say that in the 5 seconds since he became owner of the ship, he's already changed somehow. He's already got on like a better kind of like duster jacket. And I want to potentially roll performance for this, Andy, but I really want him to look real like seaworthy, which I don't think he is when he comes up. So he's got like 3 fingers of like fucking sea whiskey in a glass. He wants to go up to the front of the ship and kind of contemplatively stare off, holding the whiskey and really just cement. There's an aesthetic he's going for, and he wants to nail that. So he opens the door with gusto, and I'd like him to take his 3 fingers of whiskey over to the front of the ship so he can stare contemplatively at the. It's a real. You see that? Oh no! Hold on, gang.
Can I just say that while you're
Hold on.
thinking, I'm really glad you specified it was sea whiskey and not land whiskey. Otherwise, it would have ruined the whole description.
Immersion
Calvin
is
Klein photo
important.
shoot would have been awful.
Mhm.
without the
Yeah.
whiskey.
That's what this is. It's serving like half Captain Morgan, half Calvin Klein ad, but with a halfling.
I'm not into it.
So he
Please
has
give me
his
a
shirt
performance
buttoned
check.
down to like maybe 3 buttons. He's doing a real saucy thing. Okay, performance check. Come on, please. That is a 17.
I think that you cut a fine figure on the edge of this ship. You look every bit a sailor. Whether or not that is accurate, time will tell. I believe that you all decided to go to the southern shore because some of you are too old to climb. Is that correct?
Or lazy.
Well, I mean, I'm not against going to the northern shore. I want to make that clear.
Oh, I am.
But I'm old and decrepit. But I don't care. Do we want to go to the southern shore? Is that what everybody else said?
Yeah.
With this new information, we should definitely Southern Shore.
The southern shore it is.
Okay,
And
all right.
he doesn't look away from the horizon. Oh, you really find yourself out here on the sea. And for the first time, Larson turns to the group assembled. Nice to meet you all. My name is Larceny McRob. I am the owner and proprietor of this ship here. Welcome. It's so good to have all of you on.
Captain,
Oh,
Wait,
you.
did we know who the owner was?
This ship has been commandeered, essentially. The captain told you that you had a ship, nobody asked any questions, and you sailed off as a group.
All right. Well, let's get going.
Captain, if you want to take the wheel, I've been steering this ship blind for essentially 15 minutes.
That's probably not good there. So I'm just gonna you see him take the bottom rung of
And my cataracts are not gonna. Yeah, you just take that.
Yeah, you
So
should get that checked out.
He's got 2 hands at the bottom of the ship's steering wheel, and he's steering it from like the bottom side instead of the top.
Literally no better. Literally no different.
Yeah, because he can't see above this, but it's the aesthetic. He likes the vibe there. Don't worry, I got this. And whatever like faux pas you could make upon like a ship, he immediately does like the wrong thing. Somebody with even an inclination of how this is supposed to work would see, okay, this guy may not know what he's doing.
Oh, sir, let me help you. And she starts stacking up some of the books that she brought and then like scoots it in front of the wheel.
Thank you. You're so kind. What's your name, dear?
I'm Zoya. I am the professor's TA. He is going to discover something great on the island, and I will have a footnote in his book.
Interesting. Is that right there? You're here for a discovery.
That's correct. We've noticed that the storms have been spreading from this island, and so we're trying to come here and research the weather phenomenon in order for, to stop it.
Fascinating. That sounds like dangerous work. Not the time to talk about it, but let's talk maybe about what your insurance situation is here, especially on such a dangerous island as this green one we're going to there. But I'm glad that we have the academics here on board, and it looks like you guys brought a friend with you. And he gestures to the blue wizard.
Hey, question. What's it like being so short? Do you find that it bothers you?
No, I mean both the men and the ladies seem to like it. I haven't gotten too
really
many complaints
bother
there.
me.
Yeah. Okay. So this one may not be the best at the social cues there, but that's fine. I get confused a bit sometimes myself too. You see, I say that, sir, or ma'am, because I am what we would probably describe colloquially as a halfling, right? And as such, we typically don't receive such direct questions about our height. It's typically something people tend to tiptoe around. But you, oh boy, you just went right to it there.
Yeah, people get sensitive about it. Whatever.
And me personally, I've always found that
Excuse me, everyone, please.
I was going to talk about my
Return to your
ex-wife.
stations. I'm loving this conversation, but we have a ship to sail and heroics to be done. Please, you there in the blue, to the crow's nest. It seems that 3 of you want to be at the wheel. That's fine. You look like you're ready for some oars.
Sure,
and
I can do the orders.
You all sort of disperse to the stations that you've chosen as you begin what is a sort of long voyage across this lake. It takes you hours to cross it, and it's mostly uneventful until you hear the distant rumble of an approaching storm. You are getting closer to the coastline, and you hear, and the water has taken on a lurid green hue. Is anybody standing next to the edge of the ship? I believe with the oars?
Yeah. I think
Give
I
me a
would be.
dexterity saving throw.
Okay. 13.
A 13 just makes it as a wave splashes up against the side of the ship. Green water dips onto the deck of the ship, and you see steam rising from where it lands. And the little holes in the wood of the floor as the acid begins to eat through. Fog rolls in from the coastline, and everything goes dark. You can see a couple of feet in front of you, but no more. Oh, we're in it for it now!
Professor, the water is eating the boat.
It's all right. I've got these maps here. Captain should be able to guide us through. I'll help him. Captain, you're going to want to continue going north. And then at about 50 meters, you're going to want to slightly adjust to be northwest.
Professor, the water is eating the boat. Like there's holes in the boat from the wave, and now the boat is in the water, and the water would be eating the boat on the underside. And the
And you feel a crunch and a lurch as something collides with your ship that you cannot see. The boat is tilting to one side, and you hear screams from underneath the deck of that poor woman who lost her insurance. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw. The DC is 13.
Oh boy.
Let's go.
Wow.
14.
Ooh, 19.
22.
5.
4.
All that fancy learning. See,
I studied dance at wizard school.
Book
I
smarts.
studied the streets, so.
I studied the blade.
Thibodeau and Zoya, you lose your footing as the ship lurches, and you are falling blind off of the edge of the ship. Make one more dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. 11.
5.
Well, it went up. That's progress, Theo.
It did go up.
On a 5, you land squarely in the water as it begins to eat away at your skin. You take 3 points of damage.
Okay.
On an 11, you are blind. You can't see. You're falling fast, and you reach out with your hands blindly, and you make contact with something solid. You think it's the thing that hit the ship. You feel your hand close around it, but your arms are just too damn weak, and the deck is too slippery. as you would have grabbed this ship that rammed into you and you slide off into the water. You also feel the acid starting to eat through your clothes and through your skin. You take 3 points of damage. You will be able to use your movement after we resolve the rest of these things to get out of the water and climb onto that ship that has collided with yours. Back onto the ship, you hear the scream of the woman in the deck go silent. And all of you, I need to know what you're doing. You've just caught yourself as this ship is lurching. You hear just chaos.
Can I cast light on one of the random books that are probably somewhere around and like hold
Absolutely.
it to like use it as
You cast light on one of the books, you hold it up, and you see a couple feet further. With that additional vision,
Mm-hmm.
you see the form of something humanoid, maybe, climbing onto the deck of your ship in the
Uh-oh.
direction that your two friends fell.
Can I can I go take a look at what's going on over there?
Yeah, okay, you're going to start moving towards that figure that is climbing onto the ship. What are
Yep.
the other two doing? Ethereus, I need to know what your character is doing as you successfully steadied yourself on the lurching deck of this ship.
I think as there's this cacophony of screams and wood crashing and crunching and the sound of like the waves, and hitting the side of this boat, and in all of the commotion, we see a panicked Larson running kind of counterintuitively toward the bowels of the ship. And in the moment that we cut away from the other two to Larson, we see Larson full on looting this ship while it is going down. He's like supermarket sweeping everything into this gigantic sack that is about 4 times the size and length of himself. And he's taking everything. He's straight up going shelf to shelf, putting it all there,
Give
and
me
lugging
a
this.
perception check.
All right, let's see. Hopefully I got some good loot. Boo. Okay, wait. So that was a 1, but I think halflings have a luck thing where I get to re-roll a 1. Hell yeah. All right. Let's make that a little bit better. Oh my god, it's a 19 without a bonus. And with a bonus. It's an 18.
On an 18, you feel the presence of somebody behind you, attracted to the noise, approaching you, and you turn just in time to see a hand reaching for you. It's covered in viscous green, corrosive goo, and you see now the face of a sailor, half eaten, half corroded by this acid, who looks at you, tries to speak, but only croaks.
Cheese and crackers. Oh god, what happened to you?
Help!
You
And the
know,
arm falls off before it reaches you.
you seem like you have a lot going on. I hate to interrupt. I'm just gonna take this I got here, and I'm just gonna be on my way. Good luck to you and yours, as he's like trying to get up the stairs with this massive bag of loot and garbage. He wasn't particular about it, but good luck to you. There.
Give me one more perception check.
16 minus 1, 15.
You see the body on the floor in time to step over it and haul the bag around of the woman who you were trying to extort for extra funds. She is rapidly dissolving into a puddle of just goop. And you realize, oh shit, I'm stealing all this stuff. That's great. But also, there's a hole in the ship, and I see it now, and slime-covered thugs and sailors are pouring on board, dissolving in the goo as they go, screaming for help and trying to save themselves, and ruining you in the process. We're going to go
boy.
back up to the deck as Craig's character is just approaching the edge. You see this humanoid form, the tricorn hat of a pirate with acid-eaten face, ragged clothes, and Juicy. Please tell me what your character is doing as you
Yeah.
see.
So, I'd like to climb down to the deck of the ship. And, well, my good friend, the Mustard Wizard, is over by the edge of the deck. So I'm gonna rush over there and shove him over.
Give me a perception check, Craig, and a stealth check from Juicy.
Oh, that's not gonna go well, but we're gonna try.
8.
4. That's a natural 1.
Okay, we're going to resolve one more thing. So you want to shove, so this will be a contested athletics versus athletics or acrobatics. Since you saw it coming, I'll give you advantage on the roll, Craig.
Okay.
Yep.
Uh, 18 acrobatics.
21 acrobatics.
Okay. Tell me what happens.
Yeah, so he just like rushes over there and like extends his hands and like doesn't even look. He just kind of shoves the Mustard Wizard from the back. And I imagine that you probably turn around and because you hear me coming and you just like flop over the edge.
Yeah. Just, hey, thanks for the help. Ah!
Craig, one more dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. Where are we at? 17.
Cool. You grab on to the ship that's collided with your ship, and you are hanging, but you'll be able to act. And I'll say, as you look up above from this angle, up the nose of Juicy's character, you see just a sliver of green goo that she snips back into her head. Our friends in the water. You climb up using sort of the holes in the ship back up onto the deck, and you see this ship is even more compromised than yours is. It's taking on water fast. But you're still sort of slowly lurching in the direction of the island. I need both of you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh golly. Oh jeepers.
19.
Nice.
6. Zoya was not meant to survive.
No.
Two things happen simultaneously. A wave crashes, and Thibodeau, you skirt out of the way. But as the wave recedes, you see a massive green ooze, a slimy creature deposited on the deck of the ship. Zoya, you're on the other side of this small ship that's collided with the larger one. As a strike of lightning comes down from the sky, hitting you and the ooze, which turns yellow with the course of electricity, and the yellow color stays as your hands are shocked and you fall back into the water. You take 7 points of damage, 3 from the water and 4 from the lightning bolt.
Can I have a last action? Because this is enough.
Yes, please tell me what happens.
Okay. As this lightning strikes Zoya and she falls off of the railing that she was clutching to, and she sees her professor that she's worked under for years squaring up against this ooze. She would like to cast as her very last act on this earth, Cure Wounds. just grab him, cure wounds him, and drop. Will you allow it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. That's gonna be 7 that you heal.
it brings me back up to full.
And Zoya falls back into the green water. And you see a couple of bubbles. And she is no more.
Jo- And Professor Thibodeau will turn to this slime that's on this deck. Um, the acid mixing with tears running down his face, kind of carving these scars. You just lost me, my TA. And if I may, I'll just take out a random bullshit contraption. I'll say it's like a walker that he never uses, but he really should. And he'll just position it. And if I may, I'd like to cast catapult at this thing.
Absolutely. Please do.
Okay. So that'll be a dex save of 13 that it'll need to make.
It fails.
Ooh. Okay. So this will be a full 3d8 damage. And the walker thing, it kind of just has like this mix of like rods that kind of just break up the ground, the deck underneath it. That's already brittle from like the acid, I imagine. And just so it's like a mix of like wood chips and splinters that kind of just swim there for a second before they fire towards this thing. And it'll do. Oh, that's not bad at all. 8, 11, 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Awesome. This walker goes barreling through the ooze, leaving a walker-sized hole in it that slowly sort of slurps back. It seems like the walker took some of it with it, and that was a pretty chunky hit. But the ooze is going to take its turn. It swings out with one big oozy limb, and it rolled a natural 20 on this.
Of course it did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so that's going to be 16 points of damage.
Yep.
Tell me what happens.
As this big glob hammer just kind of like reels up and slams into the professor. This is an old man. His bones were already very brittle. He kind of just gets slammed into the deck of this ship, and the deck kind of caves a little bit underneath him. And I think the last thing before he blacks out from the pain, and he's kind of encased in this big thing of glob, is he'll see the ring on his finger that he never had the courage to take off. And he'll just think, oh, Diane. Oh, I'm so sorry. And it will just fade and melt, and his vision will go black, and c'est la vie. That is the end of the professor.
The professor's heart stops. And there's a little bit of a time skip narratively as another lightning strike hits the ooze and the professor, starting your heart just enough to open your eyes to see one last thing as this yellow ooze struck by lightning splits in two, and you are crushed underneath the weight, dying once more.
Oh, Diane.
Craig,
Mm-hmm.
you're holding on to the edge of the ship. What would you like to do? Everything is chaos and a disaster.
Yeah, can I like reach up to try and climb up and maybe see if the blue wizard will help me?
Absolutely. You're nearing the edge of the ship. You are within hand's reach of the blue wizard.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and get over the ship and it's like, what the heck was that for? I thought we were trying to go solve this thing.
And I'm gonna scuttle away.
Okay. That was weird.
I need a dexterity saving throw from both of you.
Okay.
Me too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Natural 20.
I got a dirty 20. A dirty, filthy 20.
Nasty.
Both of you dodge out of the way of a big crashing wave that deposits two, they're called chromatic jellies, on board.
Hmm.
They're green.
Hi.
Can I throw a magic missile at one of them? And
Absolutely.
surprise?
Yeah.
That's 11 force damage.
Awesome. Your bolts of magical energy dart into this thing. The force of the impact is peeling off blobs of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It does not change color.
Okay.
Can I start running below decks?
Sure, but you're going to get an attack of opportunity.
Okay, sure. Do I really?
Okay. You do.
Okay.
You take 6 points of damage.
Okay. I get hit and I start like spitting up green ooze.
That's really weird. Are you okay?
And I just go and run below decks. I want to head towards the gunpowder magazine.
Okay, incredible.
Mm-hmm.
You are going below decks and you cross paths with Larceny.
The mustard wizard has gone mad. Kill him. And you are muted, my friend.
Upon hearing that, he goes, "Are you having a stroke? None of those words mean anything. That's gobbledygook."
No, that's the goblin language. Can you speak it too?
I think that might be racially insensitive. I'm not sure, but I don't think that all of us that are shorter just so happen to speak the same language there.
No,
huh?
that's just the name of the language. Gobbledygook. I speak it.
God, as he says that, like something in the bag, the shifting of the ship on its axis shifts something to the bottom of the bag, and it almost leaves his hand. He is holding on to this bag with like dear life. Oh, right. Yep. Okay. You realize that you're going the wrong way, right? The ship is sinking. You're headed to the depths of the abyss. You realize that, right?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Well, you seem to have made peace with your fate. I'm going to leave you to that. And we have Larson on the top of the deck now, sweating like that fucking Jordan Peele gif. He is just covered in sweat. And he finally. Okay. While all of this is happening, we see Larson in the middle of all of this chaos taking a tiny sweaty break sitting upon his throne of stolen goods from all of the recently deceased, just kind of like assessing his options and watching with an eyebrow raised as the blue wizard charges into the depths of the now sinking ship.
And I'm like, hey, do you
You
see
go into
these
the depths of the
giant
sink.
slime things?
He had not until you say that, and he follows the end of your hand to the slime. God damn it, you gotta be. He's just doing Midwestern swears under his breath like a Midwestern dad. Fucking. Okay. Can I, in my mind, Andy, we hear a few notes of kind of like solemn violin music begin to play. And we see Larson take a slow motion, high frame turn of his head. And we see him make eye contact with this bag of random garbage that he's collected and stolen from all of the now dead people on the ship. And there's that kind of moment like in traditional cinema when two characters and one of them is like, you can let go, you can let go of me. He's going to give a solemn nod as if the bag just gave him permission to let it go. And as Larson lets the bag go, the song starts to crescendo a little bit. We get these big sweeping sad violin songs. And just as that overture is over, we're going to see Larson wipe a single tear. And he's going to turn to the mustard wizard on the deck. All right, I don't know about you, pal, but I plan on making it out of here. I say we take care of these things and then we swim to the island we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I like it. Let's do it.
Let's fucking go. I like to think we're doing like the anime standing back to back, doing like the fighting game kind of like rhythm.
A wave bigger than any wave yet picks up the ship and starts to carry you towards the shore. You feel like an ant on the back of a whale as this ship, a tiny speck, is being thrown in the direction of the island. I need a dexterity saving throw from both of you.
Oh, jeez. Ooh, that's a 25.
Incredible.
12.
I'm a dexterous
On
little
a
fucker.
12, you slip, you start to fall. Give me one more dexterity saving throw, Craig.
Mustard man.
13.
On a 13, so you slip on this almost sideways edge of the deck. Grab on, and you're hanging off as this wave is buffeting this ship towards the island. Aetherius, Larceny manages to ride this ship like a surfboard as you are thrown in the direction of the island. You are so close now. You're moving so fast. The wind and the fog is whipping past your face. And Juicy, in the hold of the deck, you've found the gunpowder reserves.
As like ooze is coming out of my mouth and like dribbling out of my nose. And I'm gonna like
That's hot.
grab a barrel and start spilling it everywhere, just dragging it like with my -1 strength. Just like dragging and spilling gunpowder everywhere along the walls of like the cannon room, and like making sure that that gunpowder just gets spread in every direction leading back to the gunpowder magazine.
And what would you like to do with it?
And then what I will do is and I'll step back and get to the top of this stair and cast Fireball.
You cast Firebolt, lighting the gunpowder, and as it starts to catch and explode, the brain slime that's taking control of the dead Wizard Blue climbs back out of the face and gets on top as the corpse falls to the ground and the ship goes up in flames. There's one more dexterity saving throw, which if you succeed, you will land on the island.
Oh fuck yeah, let's go. Did I just surf this ship to this island? Well, let's see it. Let's see it. I mean,
And then you're going to be
preemptively celebrate.
surfing the wave of the explosion.
The
So
explosion.
give me one more dexterity saving throw from both of you.
Me too? Yeah,
Yes.
obviously.
Because you're
That
still on the ship.
is 24, 19 plus 5. I think I get to do
natural
like
20.
an ollie, right? I feel like I get to kickflip the ship then with my 24.
Pick up the explosion.
So the ship being thrust on this massive wave is exploding, and the force of the explosion is buoying your bodies.
Yeah.
Both of you will take half damage from this.
It's like I'm like
instead of
action
full.
movie being thrown to where I need to go next.
Yeah, I love that. And we take how much damage?
You take 4 points of damage as this
Okay.
explosion rips you across the sky, and you tumble onto the shore.
That sounds about right, yeah.
You've reached the black sand shores of the Isle of the Wizard Green, but in your tumble, you've collected ooze. As you see, it's not just black sand, it's tinged with green, and it squelches under the weight of your body. I need one more saving throw before you are fully safe on this island.
Is it dexterity?
This one is a Constitution saving throw.
All right. I'm like, hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna like go to the Black Panther ancestral plane, have them roll in the dice real quick, give it a good rub. I am back. Oh no, that is a 1.
I also got
It's a
I got a
dirty
natural
one.
1.
You both got natural ones?
Well, I got a dirty one. I got a 2 and then -1.
We were not meant to survive this.
we made it to the shore though, and we
Yeah,
looked
I
fucking
made it
sick
to the
doing
shore.
it.
So I have an important question for the both of you, and I want you to think very carefully about this.
Certainly.
You landed on the shore. You were tumbling and you caught yourself. I need you to tell me which part of you was left behind in the pools of goo that you rolled through.
Just as I keep like moving for just like body parts just slowly fall off, and then like I lose a leg and then another leg, and I'm just kind of rolling, and then my head like rolls off also.
I'm gonna say just my butt rolls off in the
I was
ooze.
gonna say.
So it's just my cheeks, just the peach is left behind. There's like a little goblin booty on the fucking beach, disembodied, and then we see an assless Larceny kind of slowly crawl. Can we? I'd like him to like reach into his pocket, take out at least one shiny thing that he stole from that shift, kind of shake his head solemnly to himself, and then he quietly expires on the beach, his hand now open, holding whatever the golden little bauble was, and his ass gone.
With all 5 of these heroic level 1 characters dead in a variety of horrifying ways, we do a hard cut to the top of the cliff on the northern side, where maybe you should have gone. And we see 5 new characters who have just made it up this arduous climb, leaving the oozy water below and meeting for the first time on the edge. All having come from different ships that just barely made it before falling to pieces. Each of them is the sole survivor of their crew. and I would like you to introduce your real characters as you meet on the top of this cliff overlooking the Isle of the Wizard Green.
I have a very quick costume change I'm going to do while I do it.
Hey.
Maybe we should take a break here. Is that sensible?
Yeah, let's do that.
5 wouldn't be bad.
Okay. Yeah, let's do 5. Welcome back to TTN Presents Isle of the Wizard Green, where we have just lost an entire cast of characters designed to die as we meet our real party on the edge of a cliff at the northern edge of the island. Please describe your characters, starting with Juicy.
Hey, I'm Agathrax, Teal Wizard of the 21st season of Drag Race, Master of the Rush, Hoarder of the Golden Fist, winner of Provincetown's Best Bottom Award 3 years running. The Aasimar know me as Hey Girl, the Dwarves know me as Oh, not you again, and the Orcs know me as Easy. I'm known in Greenwich Village as that hoe over there, and there may be other secret names you do not even know, which if you were to learn them, you would just explode into a cloud of glitter and disappear into the sunset, honey. Yes. Who's next?
Andy, please describe your character.
Oh, hello there. My name's Gabuto Uzumaki. You like that? Ooze? Ooze, you get it's topical.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I'm just a little goblin, and I'm just from the village hidden in the dumpster. So I'm here to try and figure out what the heck's going on with this storm, and probably become the next greatest warrior that the world has ever known. So that's just me.
Wow, it sounds like you guys have a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. And then just appearing out of the air is in Air Genasi, who's got a flower crown and antlers and twigs sticking out of her hair, really flowy gauzy dress, big ass bow just slung on her back. Hi, I'm Squall. But I didn't make that Squall. But my name is Squall. Yeah. I'm here to help. Maybe. We'll see.
Craig, please describe your character.
Falling out of a tree nearby is a giant plopping ooze that it's slightly off. It's like a pale green. It's like a similar green to what we've seen before, but it's a little bit more paler. And it starts forming up into this humanoid shape, wearing really cool sunglasses and like a Henley and some khakis. And do we see the explosion?
You see in the far distance, on the southern end of the island, a crashing wave and an explosion.
It's like, whoa, that was not a bright idea. And he looks around at everybody and says, I was, finally able to escape the control, but it just, I don't know how much longer it'll last. And I don't know how much longer I'll be able to help, but I'll do what I can.
What nobody else hears but you and all of the other oozes on this island is the crushing weight of a creature that speaks in your mind and just compels you to obey. And you shake it off. For whatever reason, you are able to resist these urges.
I think it's the sunglasses.
It's probably the sunglasses. Ethereus, please describe your character.
What's up, everybody? I am Brack Zaggins. I am here on the island of the Wizard Green with this ooze and these three randos. We are here on possibly the most single haunted island in the realm. What are we going to be doing today? Getting answers, talking to ghosts, kicking ass. All right? So happy to be here with each of you. You all. He looks at the motley crew. It'll work. Yep, this will work for the audience. Good to be with you all. Hope you're all ready to kick some ghost dick.
Who are you talking to?
What do you mean? You see Brack turn from a direction he's facing in which there is nothing. What do you? It's for the show.
What?
Don't when you sign the release form, you'll get it. It's totally fine. We are here. This has been told to me to be the dying place of many a hot ghost. Will I get to touch the butt of a hot ghost? You're gonna have to stay tuned until after this commercial break to find out.
Consent first.
And then a faux commercial break takes off. All right, guys, that was good. That was good. You guys are y'all did decent. Just act scared, act natural. Y'all seem to have a decent amount of camera presence about you. We should be able to make
I'm
this
not
happen.
scared of anything, dude.
Am I
I'm gonna be the greatest warrior on the planet.
Am I the only one who's confused?
I have no idea what's going on right now.
Okay, good. Thanks.
I have two questions.
Just two?
Can you touch a ghost butt?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
touched so many ghost butts. It's insane.
Wow. And also, are we gonna have to kill him?
The ooze, I was
He's-
also thinking that. Yeah.
Like he's an ooze.
Are you
The group
like
turns to the
evil
ooze.
inside your ooze?
No, I am able to somehow stop the control of the wizard controlling all of the oozes, of whatever's controlling all of us. And I just, it's not good. It needs to stop. And I'm here to help you get in there and take care of business.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. Can you say that again? But this time, when you look at the, you know, what, we probably got it. We'll edit that.
That was good enough for me.
And take care of business.
Nailed it. Perfect. Love that.
I lost all my friends that
Craig?
came with me.
Craig and Juicy, please, both of you, make either an Arcana or History check.
Either is as good as the other, so Arcana it is. Ooh, I got a 21.
11.
I'll say since you're in ooze, you have advantage.
Okay.
Goody.
13.
Cool. So on a 13, you know basic information. The creature speaking into your mind is known across many planes as the Verdant Ooze. It's this monstrous creature that is able to spur spontaneous growth of other organisms. And you see now, sort of scanning the area, massive fields of wheat, 3 times as big as they should be. They're currently ablaze and smoke is billowing out as you see sort of shadowy figures moving throughout the smoke.
Hey, you see this shit? This isn't right. This shouldn't be happening. It needs to stop.
And Juicy, on a 21, the reason you got this roll is because you are a wizard. And you have heard of the Wizard Green's experiments. Her name is Eleanor. She has been working to revolutionize farming and make food freely available, free the masses from the shackles of their labor. And she has harnessed the power of this extraplanar ooze to do it. She has it trapped somewhere in her tower. And you see, beyond these huge burning crops, a huge greenhouse filled with plants that have grown so big that they've grown through the shattered glass of the greenhouse, reaching towards the sun.
Is that a problem for now?
Why would plants be a problem?
Well, if they're too big and they become aggressive, then that's a problem. It's an imbalance in nature.
Oh, I didn't think about that. So we're not killing the ooze. We're gonna touch ghost butts, and the plants might be a problem.
Oh no, we're definitely gonna try to get the ooze. Gotta go to the tower.
That,
But
that ooze?
No, not this ooze, just the other ooze in general.
yeah, you're not gonna murder, right? We went over that?
Mm-mm.
Okay,
And
good.
we're
Thanks.
just taking his word on this, right? I mean, this guy seems on the up. Look at those sunglasses. Look at this guy.
It
Ah.
seems cool.
If there's one thing I've learned, it's that most people deserve some redemption. And I think this guy's got what it takes.
That's a nice attitude. You keep that.
I will. You better believe it.
Yeah.
You look so familiar, by the way. Where would I have known you from? And you see Brack Zaggins take off his glasses to look at you.
You actually look kind of familiar too, if I'm not being completely lying.
Yeah. You may or may not know me or be familiar with my work. I fly all around the realm. I go to haunted ass places. I talk shit to ghosts, and I get
Oh,
paid to
yeah.
touch on their ghost booties. It
Oh
is
yeah.
the sweetest job.
I've never heard of you, but I've heard about people that have touched ghost butts.
Yeah, that's me. That's my family. We are a legacy known for the grabbing of a ghost booty. It's part of our family crest. It's just a big old hand grabbing a little ghost booty.
I don't know that I'm okay with that, but
Weird.
moving on.
Would I know kind of a direction to go inside of the tower, or just to get past some of this field safely, at least in that direction?
Yeah, so you are currently sort of hemmed in by burning fields with a greenhouse between you and the southern path that will lead to the tower. You know, the tower is sort of in the middle of the island. So you can either go through the greenhouse or try to skirt around the fields, or I guess go through the burning fields as your last option.
I have a question. Do we know about the verdant ooze yet in character, or is that still knowledge only amongst two of us?
I would have explained it to you
Okay.
as it was explained to all of us.
Yeah, and like I would have filled in any gaps in like the knowledge, so we would have sort of, yeah, co-lectured.
Sounds good. Really quickly before we move on, I just want to get like just one or two takes of this just to frame this up for the audience. All right, gang, we are here searching for the verdant ooze. It's a monstrous creature able to spur spontaneous growth of other organisms. If you take a look at this freaky ass wheat field here, look how big that is. Look how fucking huge those things are, right? Unnatural craziness. You're only going to see that right here on I'm going to say Ghost Nation Adventures Network Hunters, the organization. You're only going to see that here, LLC.
As you point at the burning field, you see sort of slurping out a red ooze that almost looks sort of like overfed, that splits in two. And you see groups of them sort of spilling out of the fields, and they're multiplying.
Those ones are dangerous, y'all. Let's just go through the greenhouse.
Yeah, whichever way is the least danger. I don't hold up well against violence, so yeah, lead the
Oh,
way.
that's
Don't worry,
super
guys. I got this.
unfortunate. There's gonna be a lot of violence here.
Yeah, and like I don't mind being first in marching order.
So are you cool with us murdering a bunch of these oozes? You don't have any reservations about that? I feel like we should maybe explore that before we get the head chopping.
Yeah, and I haven't really thought about it that much, but yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to be.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, if we
Okay.
see anybody of our respective fantasy races, I think we're all agreed that we'll kill them if they're evil. So you're in good hands.
Yeah.
Yes, Queen, let's go.
Cool. So, Craig, at the front of this group, you open the door to the greenhouse, and you're met with essentially a jungle of plants that have overgrown their containers. Traveling through here will be difficult terrain, so it's just sort of hard to get through as you pull plants aside or hack at them or however you're going through. And since you're at the front, please give me a perception check.
Yes. 22.
As you're pulling these plants aside, you start to see smoke entering the greenhouse from the opposite direction, as if somebody is setting a fire on the other side of the greenhouse.
Like the direction that we're heading in?
Yeah.
Ooh. I like warn everybody about it, and I try to like break some glass nearby so we can just like get out and start running a different way.
Cool.
Squall is going to immediately stop breathing because she can just do that, and going to stealth and like sneak into some of the plants nearby and kind of try to do gloomstalker-y things. And that is a natural 20
Incredible.
for a total of
Gosh.
29.
Oh, hell yeah.
You sneak through these snaking plants, and you see the source of the blaze. There are cloaked figures who, with their hands, are weaving magic sigils in the air and casting fire magic, setting everything ablaze. With such a high stealth roll, I'm going to let you do whatever you want. You see 3 of them in these cloaks.
And how far back are the rest of the group?
Let's say that it would take 2 turns to get all the way through the greenhouse. So that's what, if you're dashing 60 feet or something with a difficult terrain.
I don't think she's gonna just straight up try to murk them while she's alone. I think she'll try to slip back to the party and kind of let them know what she's seen.
I have an idea. Can I cast Wall of Water horizontally?
You absolutely can do that.
Then I would love to.
Describe your wall of water.
Yeah, so I move my hands and use the arcane words to cast Wall of Water. And I think that, like, because I'm casting it horizontally, like, right above ground, at like centered on the fire, like an orb of water appears, and then it begins to spread out in a rectangle within the limits of Wall of Water, which would be 30 feet long, 1 foot thick, 10 feet high. So in this case, it's 10 feet wide and 1 foot high and 30 feet long. But I would do it as like, I would fit it to the size of the fire as best I can if it needs to be manipulated, but that volume of water.
That's incredible. That massive wall of water springs up between you and these firebringers, completely nullifying their attempt to set this greenhouse ablaze. That buys you enough time to, crawling through the greenhouse, you see 2 crouching figures near a hatch, and they're cowering. They look like they're wearing sort of farmer's clothes, and they look to you and worry that you're going to attack them.
Agathrax looks into oh my god, Aetherius character's camera and just like, some blue wizards. can do water magic. And then looks back at the farmers and is just like, "Hi guys, you all right?"
What? What's happening? Those people, they just started attacking us. We work for the Wizard Green, and they're just going around murdering us.
Wait, you work for the bad guy?
Wait a second.
The bad guy?
Yeah, isn't your boss the one creating all of... He gestures to the unbridled chaos behind him. All of this?
Yeah, he's got like a big green ooze that's like doing ooze things.
And he's saying like a
Jeez.
bunch of weird, rude shit to our friend the ooze over here.
No, you've got it all wrong. She's doing important work, and she'll work out the kinks eventually.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think maybe she's gone a little crazy with power. Some wizards do that. It's fine. We just go kill them.
What's your name?
I'm Janine.
All right, gang, I am here with Janine on the island green. This cowardly farmer I just found hiding in a corner while everybody that they know and love is presumably being murdered while they protect themselves. So as you reconcile with the reality of your cowardice, how do you feel, Janine?
Sorry he does this.
I how do I feel? I feel terrified. I'm hemmed in on all sides. There's fire to the left, fire to the right, and I don't know, a bunch of assholes who are making fun of me in my time of need.
I love that. You can even keep in the asshole burn, but I need you to look at the camera when you're doing the talking head so that we can use this. So if we could run that. And he waits while she runs it again.
When Brack does that cutaway, I think Gabuto is just looking at how these farmers are like just cowering in fear, and like he's just gonna be like, and turns towards like the hooded people like that were coming in, like those guys. How can they do that to innocent farmers? Oh, I'm gonna go kick their asses. And he like actually starts to like bull face like walk towards over there.
We could have skipped the encounter.
Oh, are
What do
we
you
fighting
mean?
now?
Furious gesturing from Brack to have the camera follow this action. He's like, look, as he sees you walking over.
Andy, what do you do as you barrel towards this group of three people in ropes setting fire to the greenhouse?
I'll go, hey, you jerks! And I'll wait for them to acknowledge me.
Sorry, is that to us? Is that to us? Did you hear that, Frank? Is that to us?
Yeah, it is to you. Frank, stupid name, by the way. How could you do that
Sorry.
to them? And I'll point back.
All right, no,
like,
that's Frank. I'm Steve.
I don't care what your names are.
Gabuto, there's no
You got-
reason to be rude.
These guys were gonna burn these people alive. You're just gonna stand there and let them do it?
Do you work with Wizard Green?
No.
We came in on
Are-
ships, but they're like gone now, and everyone's dead.
Yeah,
We
thanks to the
found some
Wizard
servants
Green.
of the Wizard Green that are hiding in the greenhouse. Are they in there?
Yeah, they're right here.
Yeah, they're right there,
Can
but
you
they're not
please
hurting
let down the
anybody.
wall of water so we can finish our business?
Agathrax walks over, really annoyed. Okay, guys, what are you doing? What's your point here? Like, what the heck?
We are executing the servants of the Wizard Green, who has an army of people who are doing bad shit in the region.
Executing on whose authority?
Yeah, I'm like, that's
Well,
rude.
we're a mercenary team led by Julius Thunderfoot. We are, I think, pretty well known.
All right, guys, I'm here with Frank and Steve, two assholes who work for, what'd you say your boss's name was again?
Said his
He
name
leans
was
out-
Julius.
Thunderfoot.
Julius? It works for notorious crime lord Julius Underfoot, a man with a reputation as dark as the history he has left behind him. Will he find redemption, or will these two goons of his continue on in his legacy of destruction and death? You can only find out here on Ghost Island Nation Adventure Incorporated LLC.
Are you not this? Are we not like they're mercenaries? We're mercenaries.
Yeah,
We're
no,
like different.
but wait. I think
mercenaries,
actually
though.
our purposes are kind of aligned. Why do you need to murder the like farmers? They're just farmers. Like, just go kill the wizard Green. That's
Yeah, they're
all.
not
Just
doing
the
anything.
slimes.
They're literally just cowering.
I mean, we're under orders. Please give me a persuasion check. And one of you will do it, and whoever does it, do it with advantage as you get help from sort of the rest of your team.
Not me.
It's not
Talk
me.
no jutsu don't work here.
I'm not a wizard with words.
So
Do
I'm
we not have a
rolling.
party face? That's hilarious.
I only have a +1 in persuasion, but you said we get advantage.
I've got a +2.
Ooh, okay. Then what am I doing?
All right, I guess it's me.
My show isn't about the charisma. It's about me saying things loudly and wearing sunglasses.
Okay.
True.
Well, let's. Oh golly, guys, have you just thought about, not as I roll a natural 1 and get a 3?
Is that with advantage?
Oh, with advantage, I have an 8.
Sick.
Less of a faceplant. So
Mm.
I'm just following orders of Julius. I'll let you guys clear out, but we're gonna set fire to this place like we intended. So please,
Oh yeah,
Shuffle on
sure.
ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
go for
don't
that.
kill the people. Set fire to these horrible plants. I mean, clearly they're bad for the environment. That's fine. Yeah, just leave the farmers.
But there's a trapdoor.
Wait, what?
The
there's a
trapdoor.
trapdoor.
And she goes over and just flings the trapdoor open that they're cowering next to.
You go to fling open the trapdoor and it's locked. If you want to try to force it or pick the lock, you could do
She like yanks
athletics
on
to
her a
force
couple
it,
times.
or what do you want to do to
Made out
open
of
it?
wood.
I think it's locked, guys.
I can try
It
to
is
open
made
it.
out
I
of
have a
wood.
+7
Can I
to
punch it?
athletics. Punch it, Gabuto, and then if Gabuto can't punch through it, I'll come in clutch. Come in
Can
back
I
there.
ray of frost
can
it
back
to
me up.
freeze it so it's more brittle, so it's easier to
Ooh.
break?
Okay, so are all of you piling on this door?
Yes.
We can.
Except for Squall. Squall's backing up.
She's like, it's not working, and then all of a sudden, like 3 of us run over.
Hold
I
on,
just-
let me help. And then it's just like ray of frost on the like locking mechanism and everything to like make it more brittle so it cracks easier.
I'm gonna try to kick the fucking lock off. That is 17.
17 hits. Andy, were you also attacking?
I was.
Okay,
That's gonna be a 24 to hit.
cool. Both of you hit, so roll damage.
Okay. Seven.
1d6 +4. Sorry, guys. I have every dice. Oh, no, never mind. I lied. You have a d6. JK.
What a mess.
7 damage, that is.
Both of you go to break this door down. You get a chunky hit as the Firebringers now have rounded around the wall of water and are breaking holes in the walls of the greenhouse as fire begins to form in their hands as they ready themselves to burn the greenhouse. One of the servants turns to see what you're doing and just says, what are you doing? You can't let her out. Are you crazy? What are you doing?
I'm sorry, what?
Let who
Oh.
out?
We and it's at that moment that the fire from the firebringers starts to spread into the interior. If you want to stay in here, you're going to take 5 damage a turn as the fire sort of builds up into a tornado. Or you can escape. Just use your movement and get out. But if you want to open that door, you're going to start taking some damage.
Can I use shape water to move the wall of water around us?
You can do it on one side. And I will say you take 3 damage a turn instead of 5.
Oh, I don't want that. No, I'll leave. I'll just go. That's fine.
Can I Kool-Aid Man back in and be like, come on, this way, follow me?
Yeah, I'll follow you. Let's go. Come on, guys.
I'm like walking in that direction, and I turn over my shoulder. Janine, who's in the? And he points at the trapdoor really quickly before we run. Who's down there?
Clone, driven mad by the presence of the ooze.
Yeah, let's
So
not.
a bunch of ethical concerns just got raised, none of which are pressing enough to be dealing with in the middle of this smoldering greenhouse. So, okay, good to know. Thank you. Yep. I guess we're leaving this clone to get barbecued group. He makes eye contact with each to gauge their willingness to abandon ship on this clone and Janine and friend.
Just out of curiosity, is everyone here chaotic neutral?
I know I
bit.
am.
What's
Yep.
chaotic neutral?
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Good answer. Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm outie personally. I'm about to leave out of this
Yeah, I
fire
think we're
hole.
all
Left.
yeah, like rip to that clone. I don't know that clone, but rip to that clone.
Rip in
The only
Sure.
experience I have with clones personally as Gabuto is that they're super expendable. So it's not even like a problem. So I'm out.
They're
As
mostly made of
Squall's
gum.
leaving, she's just like, "You should probably leave. You're gonna burn to death." Okay, bye.
Cool. The servants sort of jump out of the greenhouse and run in sort of a random direction as you all sort of pile out and this greenhouse goes up in fire. That clone, if it was a clone, burns to death underneath that hatch.
I
The
like.
tower is directly to the south of you. It won't be a long walk, but what do you do as you sort of travel down this cobblestone path towards the tower?
I would like to continuously cast Detect Magic as a ritual, just to make sure we don't miss anything that might be a magical trap or a magical item.
Is it weird that the smell of the burning greenhouse and the burning clone are making me hungry?
Yes, but also same.
I
Mm-hmm.
think it's weird that those wizards said that they would give us time to clear out, and then they just like immediately set everything on fire. That was kind of rude.
Yeah,
right?
what the fuck
That
was
was
that
rude.
about? Yeah, agreed.
I
Asshole.
told you they were jerks.
That's why you always get it in writing.
Mm. Assuming those guys knew how to write.
I don't
We
know
would
how to
never-
read, so it really wouldn't help me at all.
You can't read?
Not well.
Oh. Okay.
Can you teach
I
me?
need a dexterity saving throw from everybody.
Oh, heck.
I have danger sense. Would I be able to apply that here?
Yes.
17.
19.
Ooh, 21.
8.
9.
On the 8 and 9, everybody else manages to scramble out of the way as you hear an explosion from the tower that you're approaching as one of its towers breaks into falling rubble. And you see peeling through the sky globs of goo that land on you.
Mhm.
And it latches on. You take 6 points of damage.
Ow.
Is it
and
acid
it
or
is
poison?
starting. It is acid damage.
What is
I'm
this? Bear
resistance.
week again?
What
So
was that, JC?
47.
I said, what is this? Bear week again? Jeez.
Incredible. You take 6 points of damage, and this thing is clinging onto you. It's a creature, and it's just sort of trying to eat you.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I try like grab and I try to throw it off.
Cool. Give me a athletics check.
Athletics.
While you're rolling that, Brack is like, "This is still Brack Zaggins here with my new friends getting eaten by oozes. Will they survive? Let's find out." And he points the camera towards them.
17.
Cool. You peel it off and you throw it on the ground. That slime that landed on you doesn't seem mobile, but it is alive and pulsing.
Watch out for those
Who
blurbs.
else had one land on them?
Me.
I just reach out and I shocking grasp it. I'm like, oh, zap.
Roll to attack.
Like,
Okay.
it's like a small enough glob that where Gabuto is still like floating perfectly in the middle of it like a snow
Yeah.
globe, and he's having trouble trying to get out.
Oh no! Poor
21
illiterate
to
Gabuto!
hit.
Someone save him!
21 hits.
And 7 lightning damage.
Awesome. You shock this slime with 7 lightning damage. You see it start to like separate and wobble. Andy, you take half of that, 4 points of damage.
Thank you.
Can I send a mage hand into it as well if it doesn't fall apart to help pull him out?
You can, but after the slime constricts, getting a little bit smaller, trying to consume you. I need a strength saving throw.
I got this. $11.
Cool. So you fail. You take 18 points of acid damage as this thing constricts and pulls at you, trying to consume you.
We're fine.
And Juicy, you want to try to reach in with a mage hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So-
I cast mage hand and it dives in and grabs his wrist and just sort of yanks back.
The mage hand comes flying into this acid, and I'm going to make you do a roll for this.
Okay.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
This is sort of for the hand to maintain its form in this acid globule.
17.
That's enough to get up to Gabuto. Give me one more to pull him out.
Come on, Gabuto. Yes.
Can I help
It's
if
10.
needed?
A 10 does not do it. The hand reaches Gabuto, and you feel it start to tug at you. Somebody's trying to save you, and you watch it dissolve.
Can I-
Any other? I don't know how you help the mage hand in this ooze.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I like, because I'm part plasma, can I like punch it and try to grab him and pull it out?
I will let you try to do that after the ooze makes another constricting attack. So I need the same throw, Andy.
Oh, guys, it's not looking good.
Gabuto!
I have 10. I have 10 left.
No, I'm gonna
Our
reach in
precious
and grab
meme
him
child
out.
may not make it.
Oh, God.
Okay, all right. 19 plus 3, 22. No, 21.
Okay.
Cool.
No,
You
22.
feel
Math.
it start to squeeze in around you, and you propel yourself in the direction of least resistance and stumble out covered in this ooze.
Can I think how I'd like it to happen, and this will be a nice little reveal actually, is panic starts to set in and the flailing is going, and then all of a sudden he like stops and goes, "Oh yeah," and like does the sign, and you'll see poof, another Gabuto appear within the glob, and that Gabuto will kind of just kick out of the glob and he'll fall and face plant right next to it.
as you shadow clone jutsu your way out of this blob. You're safe. The blob is sort of just sitting there, immobile.
And he's like kind of crawling on the ground to get away from it.
Oh wow, I'm sorry that I thought that would work. Here. She just pats him on the head. You're gonna heal 10 as she casts Cure Wounds on you.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much. It's
Wow, that
okay.
was fucking wild, Gabuto. You almost died there. Tell me what
I
was
totally
going
had
through
that
your
covered.
mind. Yeah, as you were facing certain death, what were you thinking?
What I was thinking was I knew I wasn't going to die here
Hmm.
because the village hidden in the dumpster needs me to return to become their new leader. And it doesn't matter if they kick me out because they don't like me and they think I'm annoying. I know one day I'm going to go back and I'm going to prove it to them. And I knew I had it in me. And I did because I totally got myself out of that situation. And I'm not in any pain at all. And then Gabuto will start walking away and you'll just hear the tiniest little
I'm so happy for you.
Do you think
Yeah,
So
thank you.
brave.
Do you think he knows that his pants are burned off?
The way his goblin dick is just waving in the breeze, I'm gonna say he doesn't know, or if he does, he's very proud. In which case, I'm also impressed.
It's
Mhm.
the only thing you can see is just like a sunburned goblin ass.
Mm.
Or the equivalent of a sunburn.
You see that? That is the sunburned goblin ass of a hero. And you too can face your fears. All you got to do is look fear directly in the eye and say, suck my dick. We'll have more of this actionable life advice on the other side of the commercial break. Thank you so much.
You hear on the
Guys.
other side of the wall the ominous sound of a man laughing a little too loud, coming from the tower's debris-filled courtyard directly to the south of you.
That's so not relatable.
What is that? Do you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Do I know who that is?
Have you been to the tower?
I would say yeah.
I think that you would know from the sound of his voice and the like reverberating presence of the verdant ooze in your mind. You sort of reach out to question whether this is friend or foe, and the verdant ooze responds with friend.
It's like that's them. That's the ooze that's causing all of this.
Oh.
Well, that's great.
And
We
it-
just go and kill it then, right? Get in, get out.
It beams to you the image of a man with a mechanical leg, wearing sort of monk garb that the ooze is referring to as friend. You would know that this is Julius Thunderfoot.
Just joins in with the laughing, like as loud as
I
she can.
relate that information to them.
Oh. Wait.
Julius?
Julio is an ooze?
Yeah, I saw an image quickly of Julius being friendly with the verdant ooze. Do you know who that is?
That's the mercenary leader of the jerks who were gonna light everybody on fire.
Right.
Yes.
Is local crime lord and suspected tax evader Julius behind all of this?
Do you have any evidence of that?
No, but it's the internet. I can say what I want. It's the burden of proof isn't on me. I love that.
Wait. What's the internet?
What's the, yeah.
Team.
You like catch fish with it?
I have pierced the veil Okay, I've seen the other side. It's pretty grim.
Oh, she's
There's
getting
this place
married.
called Reddit where, fuck, man, we don't even have time right now to get into this.
Wait, what's the book? I might have read it too.
No, it's a whole thing. But that's the guy, Julio's alleged crime lord, and child thief, and tax evader, could be behind all of this.
I don't know anything
And-
about Reddit, but I have heard of 4chan. Anyway, we should go kick that guy's ass.
Wait,
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
that's concerning, but we won't even touch that. Let's
Is there
kick this guy's ass.
is there a door nearby? Or does it seem
There
like we can
is
climb up there?
Yeah, so you could go over the wall if you wanted to, but this wall is in bad shape. You know, parts of it have been blown out from explosions. The gates in front of you are sort of collapsed and bent. The way is open in front of you if you want to travel into the courtyard.
sure.
Do you want to go up over the wall? I could make you go up. Anyone?
We could just go through the courtyard first.
Okay,
Yeah, there's like a door, right?
that's
It's
less.
even open.
I'm gonna go up.
Yeah, you do you, girl. Go.
You know air. She knows
She's
air chakra.
with stealth and then just up the wall.
Okay, that
Brack
makes-
enthusiastically getting his cameraman to shoot this as
I-
she goes up.
I can,
22 stealth.
I can see why she did that. Yes.
Incredible. You get up to the top of the wall, and from your vantage point, what you see, I'm going to remove the fog of war. You see another tower that from where you are, you see stairs and a fountain, as well as a barn and some servants' quarters. But in the center of the courtyard, that fountain is overflowing with viscous green water. And you see intermittent bubbles rising to the surface and bursting, even from here, with audible plops. Nearby are the servants' quarters and the barn, and near the fountain is the laughing man with the mechanical leg that you know to be Julius. He's holding a blood-soaked sword over a servant bound in ropes, preparing to execute them as he laughs loudly.
I'm
How
gonna
far
try to
away?
take a shot.
Yeah, you could take a shot from here,
Okay.
Yeah, my cameraman is too. I'm like,
And-
get this.
and with advantage.
26.
That hits.
Beautiful.
Thank God, because the other one was a natural one. That would have been very bad. Okay.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to do my psychic damage, which is another 2d6. 24 damage.
Awesome. The arrow. Where were you aiming?
Probably at his hand because he's got the sword raised up. She's probably trying to shoot him like in the hand or the wrist and cause him to stop.
The force of your arrow leaves a gaping hole through his hand that pulses as you see the light go from his eyes as he like reels and tumbling to the ground. You see a viscous green goo escaping from his nose as the man crumples and it tries to crawl away, but it's slow. The servant is screaming into their gag in terror as it towards
Guys,
them.
I don't think that's supposed to happen.
How far is that slime from us?
You all are within range if you want to dash towards it. We'll just do a flat initiative roll. Somebody has to beat a 15.
And
12. 12.
Oops, wrong character sheet. That's for Larson.
18.
Oh, well, but you just took your turn already. So
16.
I do have a
Ew.
second attack, though.
Ooh.
ooh,
It's up to you.
I'm gonna let Larson do it. So you all start peeling towards this scene as the ooze is slurping towards this servant. It's on the ground, just getting up to the leg of this person who's lying on the ground, trying to wriggle away. What do you do, Aetherius?
We see Brack Zaggins kind of turn. He's mugging the camera. He's like chewing scenery. He wants this to seem like a real moment of contemplation and of masculine prowess for him. And we're going to see him slowly reach behind, pull out a javelin. He's going to briefly kneel. We see him do one of these, where you're like kind of aiming up with your hand, and he throws a javelin from where he's standing and wants to land it in Zeus. And I will roll to hit. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Nice, that hits.
Okay, and then I do 1d8 plus slashing. Let's see, 1d8 or 1d6 plus 4. Okay, that is 6 damage.
Cool. The javelin splits this thing in two, and it falls into 2 dissolving heaps as the servant looks up at you, but is still gagged. And all of you see Julius on the floor. He's still breathing, but the blood is pumping out as he's unconscious.
I think we see Brack instruct his cameraman to follow him as he begins like overdoing it, as he's like unchaining the people or like making sure that they are free of restraint. You're free now and you're safe. That man can't hurt you anymore. Okay, look at me. And he squares up the face with one of them. You're safe. Okay, you're protected. And he does a sly look over his shoulder at the camera, and it goes back to trying to look selfless.
Wow.
Do we want to save him, or do we not really care?
I mean, it might be useful to interrogate him. That might be helpful.
Okay, I can do that.
Stay tuned for our exclusive interview with local crime lord, child thief, tax evader, and library arsonist, Julios.
Julio's heals 8.
He gasps to life, and he looks up at you, and he says, "Are you all the ones who freed me?"
Yeah. Sure.
I mean,
The creature.
Sure.
It was making me do crime and evade taxes.
Likely story. Can I say, like, as soon as I want to do an open palm smack to this man for
Cool.
the
No
camera.
roll required. You smack him. He
Smack
takes 1
him.
point of damage.
It's very much got that, like, crime investigative, where are the bodies kind of energy, right? So, like, he's gonna, all right, we need information and we need it stat, all right? You're gonna tell us what we need to know.
What do you want to know?
Brack turns to the group. That's a good question, group. What do we want to know?
Yeah, what do you know about the tower and the wizard green?
Yes, those things.
The slime that took over my mind. I don't know how long it's had me, but I've experienced my life sort of in flashes. The verdant ooze in the basement. It's on the verge of breaking out. I was in charge of these mercenaries, but the slime was making me destroy the tower to destabilize the containment matrix and set fire to the fields to make the slimes multiply. They had gained information that I think the real Wizard Green was in a trapdoor in the greenhouse.
Oh.
Oops.
There's
What's
a
a containment
clone.
matrix?
There's a clone that I think even now is working to break the magic circle that binds the verdant ooze and keeps it weak. Its presence will continue to grow stronger.
Brack does a quick this to the camera guy.
Where can we find his clone?
The clone is in the sunken tower. I'll escort you. I'll join you. This has to end.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it has to end.
And I'll smack him again.
Question. Can we tell if he's telling the truth?
Sure. Roll insight.
I'd love to, yes.
Good question.
I got an 11 though, so who knows?
Craig, I would say you also can roll insight.
5.
I'll give you advantage.
It's like 4 now.
If you throw us a vote.
15. Bow, bow.
What was it?
Hey.
16? 15. You are trying to assess whether this man is lying, and you can't quite tell his face, and from his words, what he's saying makes sense. But the thing that seals the deal in your mind is the shift in the verdant ooze's view of this man, as it goes from depicting him as a friend to enemy.
Yeah, I'll let the group know that the Verdant Ooze now considers this. You said tax evader?
Child thief, library
Child-
arsonist.
Yeah,
Yes.
this arsonist is. They're good. They're on our side now, or not on their side. Or you get it, I think.
Yeah.
Craig, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
My darker half.
Natural 1.
You
Oh, golly.
feel the creature trying to take hold of your mind, and your inside sort of gurgles as whatever it means for an ooze or a plasmoid to be poisoned, you are poisoned for the next 5 minutes,
Cool.
which just gives you disadvantage on checks.
Was
Is
that a
there any
saving
discernible
throw?
difference?
That was a saving throw, yes.
I
Yes.
have advantage on saving throws against being poisoned.
Sick.
Ooh.
So that makes it a. You said Constitution?
Mhm.
That makes it a 17.
Sick. You feel sort of the like gurgling of sickness in your vacuole, I guess.
Yeah.
And you contain yourself.
Yeah.
And resume.
Looks like some bubble guts are starting to form, and then they just go away. As you see, I'm like racking my head.
Is that how plasmoids fart?
I thought he
Yes.
was like spawning another him. Like,
I have a lot of questions about
Only.
your day-to-day existence.
Yeah, me too.
The storm has finally coalesced into raining acid as the first drops sizzle on the ground.
ow, ow, ow. Okay,
Let's-
can we go inside?
We need to get inside.
I don't.
Yeah, let's do that.
You
said
rush
you'd
past.
lead us.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Oh, are you muted?
You're muted still.
Sorry, you said you could lead us. Where are we going?
We have to get cover. Let's go inside. And he leads you into sort of through a door into the ground level of this tower with stairs leading down. Walking down to descend into the Tower of the Wizard Green. Do you all follow him?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
The acid rain almost damaged our intrepid group of adventurers, but we remained strong. Now, as we follow this new lead, we're going to find out if we put our faith in the right place. Stay tuned. And he nods back to the cameraman.
Did the rest of you think that's real, or is he just like crazy and talking?
Oh, he's bananas, but it's fine, sweetheart. Just let him.
Smile for the camera.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know what that is. It's fine.
I think canonically, Brack must have fallen through a portal through time or something and have arrived. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. He's as much invasive as any of these creatures.
Yeah.
He's a virus.
Invasive is
Right.
such a good adjective for him.
Love it. Yeah.
Like
So-
he thinks he's in a Truman Show situation.
Right. Yeah, he is.
But he's
Oh my
not.
God, yes. He thinks he's the main character of this entire production, but there is nothing and nobody on the other side of the veil. I love that.
There's little sound that reaches you from the surface here in the basement of the Tower of the Wizard Green. You hear the groaning of this structure above you as the explosions have clearly taken their toll. The structural integrity is not so good anymore. There's a wooden door to either side, to your left and right, and a short flight of stairs in front of you that stretch across a bridge over gurgling pools of green ooze. The map has changed if you haven't noticed.
Oh, I should look at it. Oh, it has. There's so much goop.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Anything we can do to minimize risk? I want to look at some spell text. Give me a second. I want to read my books for a moment, if you don't mind.
You all squat down in this shaking tower as the wizard Teal, is that correct?
Yes.
Starts combing through her books. I'm going to give all of you a short rest,
Okay.
if that
Oh,
helps any of
God.
you.
Oh, that's great. So, I have an idea. I'm gonna run it by you. I
Okay.
would like to try and after I take my short rest, good, I get hit points back. I'm back to full. I'm gonna try using magnify gravity underneath the bridge to make sure that the slime underneath it does not come up to attack us. And if the slime is alive underneath it, it takes damage.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck that slime. No offense, Craig.
That's okay.
Uh,
I've seen illuminated manuscripts.
I guess you could call me Scout. That's what everyone else called me.
Scout?
Mm.
That's cute.
I guess that's what I was. I don't know.
That's a good name. Go with it. Yes. So yeah, there's gravity increased in a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point underneath the bridge. And if there's any creature there, which would include that slime if it is a creature, it's gonna make a con saving throw.
Cool.
Get him.
Does it do half damage on a success?
Its speed is halved until its next turn, and on a successful save, it takes half as much damage.
Cool. Roll damage for me.
You got it. Oh, golly. I called it. Okay, so that is 7 damage. Not a lot.
Okay. You see, sort of peering over as you cast this spell, this pool of goop is suppressed and it condenses under the weight of this gravity spell. And you see the cell walls of small creatures bursting. It's filled with innumerable green slimes, of which you have probably killed many, but their corrosive insides are still filling that pool.
All right, ladies, let's run before it gets up here. Come on.
Oh, really, really quick before we run, because some of you seem like you might get really hurt. Here, really quick. And she casts aid. So it's going to give 5 to, let's say, Andy, Juicy, and Aetherius.
5 what again?
Thank you.
I believe it raises your
It raises your HP
Yeah.
by 5 for 8
like,
hours.
8 hours.
Heck
Yeah, 8
yeah.
hours.
Love
It's a
that.
great spell.
That way, hopefully, you don't like immediately die.
Well,
Maybe.
here's hoping.
Possibly. Because like I'm gonna be shooting from far away, and he's an ooze.
Yeah,
So,
same.
like,
Cool. Who is leading the pack across this bridge, if that's where you're going?
I don't mind being in front.
Okay. You step up to the door. Sorry, I'm going to read something real quick.
I actually will take a second as we're like heading out to spend a couple key points, make a couple more clones.
Oh yeah, then I would have delayed using Magnify Gravity until we were ready to cross the bridge and go. Just
Gotcha.
because it's an instantaneous spell, so it doesn't linger.
Cool. Craig, what is your passive perception?
14.
Oof. Okay. You walk up to this door.
Mhm.
It's an ornate stone door that is framed by thick green vines, a prominent door knocker shaped like slime, situated above a small square hole. A meticulous depiction of an ooze with bulging eyes is carved into the door. You hear the click of a pressure plate. I need a dexterity saving throw, and danger sense does count here.
Cool. 18.
Cool. You manage to jump back out of the way as spears shoot up around sort of a 10-foot radius in front of the door. And now there are metal spikes, essentially. that you deliver.
Can I can squeeze through a space as narrow as 1 inch wide. You said there was a hole in the door. Can I go through and unlock it from the other side and maybe
Yeah.
like
You squeeze through these bars and you condense yourself into a tendril reaching into that square hole. And you start squeezing through the squelching sounds of your body.
yeah, it's super
fitting
weird.
through
My
the
hand
door.
like extends and then my whole body starts like stretching and going through and it makes like the weirdest sound.
do you
Ew.
need
And-
help?
That sounds painful.
As you reach through, you feel the end of the hole. It doesn't go through.
Oh no.
And you realize, oh no, this was a trap. And the square hole crunches down. You take 5 points of damage.
Oh, cool.
It squishes
Ah!
your arm and then retracts, reforming into that square hole.
What was our NPC's name again?
Julius?
Yeah, I turned to Julius like, do you know how to get through here?
I have no idea. I don't know. I mean, there are vines and a door knocker, and I don't know. I don't understand. I'm
Open
sorry.
palm smack. I need you to think harder who he is.
As he does
I only
that,
have
I
4
come in
hit
from
points
the
remaining.
other side.
Yes.
Simultaneous slap sandwich.
I'm down to 3 hit points, guys.
Hilarious.
Did he not take a short rest?
Right.
He didn't have any hit dice.
Oh no.
That's fair.
Sad. Shame.
He doesn't know. But you are standing in these sort of spikes that you can squeeze through.
Back up and try to talk to my teammates and see if they have any other ideas.
Okay. As you do, with the weight off of the pressure plate, it seems like it's on some sort of timer, and you hear the click, 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 and then eventually the spikes retract.
Try poking the eyes on the door. Does that make it open? That's a thing.
Cool. How would you like to do that?
Mage hand.
Awesome.
different fingers.
You reach out 2 fingers with your mage hand and you poke both eyes. I need a wisdom saving throw from you, please.
Happily. I love this. I hope it really backfires just for the giggles. That's a 17.
Okay. You feel some magic try to take hold in your mind and you resist it.
Oh, okay. Gross. Does the door open? Okay. Could I study the door?
How would you like to do that?
Avoiding the pressure plate. Get up and like inspect the door. I'd use maybe ritual detect magic to see if there's anything magical about it that I could like engage with or manipulate.
So if you want to
yeah.
scoot around the pressure plate, it takes up almost all of that space.
Mhm.
You would need to make a sort of athletics or acrobatics check to like tiptoe around without triggering it.
Oh, I'm not good at this, but
I was gonna say I kind of want to take a flying fucking kick at this door. Like have Brack take like a sprinting start and try to like Liu Kang kick through this
Oh.
door above the pressure plate, but that's plan B.
Wait, hold on, dude, hold on, I got this. And like on my tippy toes, like just like in like a split, I'm like splitting across because I got a dirty, filthy, nasty 20 with acrobatics. So yeah, I just go into a split. And I'm
Filthy
like, ooh, let me
20.
take a look.
So give me an investigation check.
Happily. Well, I rolled a 19 with a +7. I'm disappointed. I'm not mad, but I'm disappointed.
And what are you
Worse.
looking for?
I want to understand the mechanism. I want to understand how to open her.
You see there were the 2 eyes that you poked. There are 7 eyes, and with a 27 investigation check, you realize that the sort of pupils were facing outward, but 3 of them now are facing inward.
Real eyes, real eyes. Got it. Okay, hold on, girls. Let's see. And then with a mage hand, because don't want to touch it, just like move all the pupils in the right directions. And
Move them, and some mechanism is keeping you from doing it. Something else triggered those turning.
oh, and my investigation didn't indicate what?
I would say on a 27, you can count sort of 7 total mechanisms on this door. There was the pressure plate.
Yep.
There's a lever. There's a door knocker. There are the vines. There's the square hole. And then there are the eyes themselves. And finally, the last one is just sort of like it's the like carving of the ooze itself, which sort of bulges out of the door.
We got a square hole. Any round pegs, people?
So
Can
far,
I-
you've done the square hole, the 2 eyes, and the pressure plate.
Yeah, a door knocker. You know what? Let's go with the door knocker.
I need a dexterity saving throw from you
I love this.
and a constitution save.
So
Let's just
7
keep
because
throwing
of your-
juicy at this problem. Let's
Oh,
just
this is
keep
great.
until
Dexterity save. She's a nimble bitch. So that's a 17 dex, but then I rolled a natural 1 with a 3 on the con save.
So a chute above the door opens up and pours acid on you. You take
Ow!
5 points of damage, and you reel away instinctually from this acid splash. But you're on the edge of this bridge, and so you sort of tiptoe and regain your balance back into that split.
Ah.
One of the eyes turns around.
Okay.
Good job.
Yeah, I think we need to activate all the trippy traps.
touch the vines next.
Yeah, I got that.
Fury-
Okay, I'm gonna back up
Fury,
and
I
then
think Gabuto would be like, wait. I think it's a bad idea that you're kind of putting yourself on the line here. How about you just come back over here? These two are gonna go activate the other stuff, and I just
Yeah,
point
no,
at my
I
clone.
love this. Perfect. Someone want to help me up? I can get down into a split. I cannot get back up.
Yeah. And like the Gobbletos will like link up like the monkeys in a barrel, and kind of do a chain over to you to like grab your hand.
Oh, thanks, sweetie. Ah. Ah.
All right. There you go. All right. Carl's Jr. Arby. Go over to those things and fiddle around with them.
Cool. Do you want to touch the vines, or do you want to pull the lever?
First things first. I do want to pull the vines.
Okay. You reach up to pull the vines, and before you even do your clones have health, by the way?
Yeah, they have double my monk level, so each of them have 10.
Awesome. Do you think they bleed?
Let's find out.
Let's get existential. Let's fucking find out.
The vines writhe like snakes, and you see teeth magically form on them as they bite into your shadow clone. It takes 5 points of damage. Does it bleed?
This clone does not bleed, but he does like get paler. So like the vibrant green skin that Gabuto is very well known for, as this vine kind of bites into Carl Jr., it just like the orange gets a little dimmer on his jumpsuit, or at least the top half of his jumpsuit, because Gabuto is still running like with no pants right now because of that acid. So orange is dimmer, the green is dimmer, and he just lets up this, and then the vine like kind of clamps on his head. He's stuck there.
The vine is sort of latched into this clone, and oh, by the way, did you sort of sneak around the pressure plate too?
I can do that, but I didn't say that I was doing that, so that might be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I need a dexterity saving throw either way from both clones.
You got it. Okay. There's that. Okay. All right. One is a 13 exactly. The other is a 23.
Cool. Both of those. So the 13 barely succeeds.
That's Carl.
So yeah, so they tiptoe around. Vine bite. Clone is not doing so hot. One of the other eyes turn around. There's still sort of the carving of the ooze, and the lever.
RB, I think, is going to go for the lever.
Okay.
And pull. What horrors await us?
I need a Constitution saving throw.
You got it. $14.
You pull the lever, and the lever comes off, and behind it is a little spout that spits flame in your face.
Fuck.
But you feel the heat of the flame, and you move out of the way as it just bursts out in front of you. You don't take any damage. You succeeded.
Okay, and then that does another one of the eyes.
So the sixth eye clicks into place, and you see the carving of the ooze schlorps off into a stony, gelatinous form. I need both of your both of your clones to make one more dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Okay. One was a 9, the other was a 21.
Cool. So the 9 doesn't manage to scoot out of the way of this ooze as it surrounds the clone and pulls it into the door, dealing 5 points of damage to the clone.
Yep.
And
I'll
then
say
the
that was
door,
Carl.
the eye clicks, and the door swings open. As you
Alpha!
now hear the sounds of a screaming psychic slime contained in a magic circle ahead of you, as a wizard in green robes, lit by the glowing green of this ooze, on the floor, scrubbing at the magic circle, trying to break it. This is the Wizard Green's clone. And I need everyone to roll initiative. And then we'll take a bio break.
Oh, shit, dog.
Yeah, hey girl. I got a 6.
Ooh, if I got a 5.
Let's go. 18.
Welcome back to our climactic encounter on Isle of the Wizard Green. Our party has just triumphed over the rest of the island, surpassed a challenging trapdoor, and have arrived at the Wizard
Yes.
Green's chamber. Okay, heroes. Thick green air clogs your lungs as the ceiling of the tower creaks under its own weight. A huge pool of glowing green ooze surges under your feet around a central dais illuminated by the glow of a matrix of magic that strains to contain its prisoner, the verdant ooze. You hear glass shatter across the room as a chromatic jelly climbs out of its vat. A frantic woman is on her knees, scrubbing away at the magic circle, trying to remove it. We've rolled initiative. Rachel has an 18, so she would go first, except before that, the layer action activates. And that chromatic jelly that escaped from the vat starts to crawl towards the ooze and makes it about halfway there. Who knows what will happen when it reaches the ooze? Rachel, it is your turn.
I don't think you're gonna get those off by scrubbing, and also you probably shouldn't get them off by scrubbing. Anyway, I think we should kill that. And she's gonna aim for the chromatic jelly, and she's going to fire 2 shots. Let's see. First one is 13. Second one is 27.
Cool. Both of them hit. Oozes do not have very high AC.
Nice. Okay, good to know. First one is gonna be 17 damage. And second one is going to be 23.
Cool. So the first one was 17, is that right?
Yes, 17 damage. She buries that arrow into the bulbous part of its body. And then the second one, she pulls back and fires and splits the shaft of the first one.
So it would split the shaft, except as you deal 17 points of damage to this thing, it slurps into 2 jellies
What?
Both of them are smaller than the previous one. So you take the second shot on one of them. So the first shot was 17. How much was the other one?
I think it was 23 or 24.
It was 23.
23. Thank you.
Damage or to hit?
Damage. To hit, it was like
Cool.
27.
23 destroys that one. At the end of your turn, the crackle of the matrix sort of like shimmers and a hole opens as the ooze inside lobs a glob of acid at you. I need a dexterity saving throw from you and anybody else on the bridge.
I am on a bridge.
Uh-oh. I guess I'm there too.
You said dexterity saving throw?
Nat
Yep.
20 for a total of 26.
Awesome.
That's a 13.
That's a 6.
12.
Andy, you're muted.
I knew that. That's a 23 for me, a 7 for my clone.
Cool. Do you want to go forward or backwards with your dodge?
Forward.
Okay, you leap into the room. Rachel, you leap backwards as this blob lands on the bridge and splashes in every direction. Everybody who failed that saving throw, you take 14 points of acid damage, and you're
Ooh.
blinded until the end of your next turn.
And what was the threshold for passing or failing that?
15?
Oh, okay. Yep. Love that.
The acid forms into a puddle underneath your feet, and some of it clings to your eyes and is smoking as you are blinded for a turn. Okay, Andy, you're next.
Okay. So just remind me if I have this right. There's a chromatic slime over near one part of the sigil, and then the clone of Wizard Green is like directly in front of us, trying to wipe it away.
So yeah, so here I'm gonna put them on the map. The Wizard Green, I'm just gonna put as this bag on the edge.
Got it.
The Verdant Ooze is the ooze that's at the center, and then the Chromatic Jelly is the one north of it that has gotten about halfway there.
Okay. In that case,
And you moved forward, so you're like here.
oh yeah. Then
And
I
you joined
would
back.
like to run towards Wizard Green as far as I can, which my movement is 40 feet. And then if I'm able to get within melee distance of her, I would like to use a bonus action to... I can't do the sound effect, but I want to summon another shadow clone within 10 feet of me. So I want to do that on the opposite end of her so I can flank her.
So
yeah,
as you run up, you come up against the wall of this containment matrix, and it forms a solid barrier that you feel like you could push through, or you could try to sort of skirt around, just like on the edge of the bridge. But there is a danger of falling off. I think as a monk, you could probably jump that distance to the bridge.
I'll risk that.
Okay.
Gabato's kind of brash and hard-headed and stubborn. And yeah.
Give me an acrobatics check.
So when I said that Gabuto was brash and hard-headed and stubborn,
Mhm.
um, what I meant to say was he would never do that in a million years, and I'll tell you why. Because let's just say, on the off chance he rolled a 3, +6 for his athletics, or not athletics, but acrobatics roll, uh, he'd probably die. So
Reaction featherfall.
Okay.
yeah, but there's like goo underneath me.
It,
So
But
it
I
gives you a
you
fighting chance.
okay.
you
Mm-hmm.
slowly descend into this bubbling goo, and I'm going to need you to make a roll for me.
Okay.
It's not what you expect it to be.
Okay.
Give me a. Oh, where is it? Give me a D6, I think.
Oh, okay.
Trying to figure out if I should be screaming Gabutu in slow motion or not. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, what'd you get?
Oh, D6. I thought I was waiting for you to confirm that. It's a 6.
Cool. You fall into this glowing goo. You take 3 points of acid damage from the acidic part, and you feel it congeal around your skin, forming a coat of slime around you. You have resistance to bludgeoning damage for the next hour.
Cool. Might as well call me Globuto.
I see what you did there.
I'm sorry.
You should be.
That's
fine.
awful.
10 out of 10.
What is your movement speed? How fast can you move? Is it 30? 40?
Mhm.
I would say since you have 40 movement speed, you can spend some of that action to start climbing back up the wall.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I will do that.
Cool. Okay, you're not quite in range to attack, but you would be next turn.
Okay. I will do that next turn, man.
Okay. Ooh, it is the ooze's turn.
Don't like that.
A few things happen at once. From the pool of ooze, you see tendrils of slime reaching up like tentacles. There are 3 of them. I'm going to put them on the map. They're going to be the little trees.
Yay!
Map tentacles.
Tentacles?
Yeah, sure.
And then it is going to. Oh, is anybody in range?
I sure hope
Nobody's
not.
in range.
Glabuto?
So you see the ooze slam up with its pseudopod, smash up against the containment matrix, and push through to reach for that jelly and bring it in. The verdant ooze, which was only medium, so it was like 5 foot by 5 foot, pulses and expands up to 10 feet by 10 feet, pushing against the boundaries of this circle. That's going to be its turn, but it's getting stronger. Juicy, you're up.
Yes, so I'm going to wiggle my hands and say the appropriate arcane words to cast Melf's Minute Meteors.
Okay.
And 6 tiny meteors just appear encircling my head. And I think as a bonus action, I'm gonna hurl 2 of them over at the big boss slime thing because I can. So if it could please make a dexterity save.
Let me tell you what oozes are not good at. It fails.
Goody. Then it takes 2 times 2d6 fire damage. Let me look at the map actually quickly. Is there no, there's no tentacle within 10 feet of it. So
There is not.
so first 2d6 is 7 damage. Second 2d6 is, drum roll please, while the internet thinks, 7 more damage. And do I have enough time to maybe do an intelligence check?
Yes. Sorry. Repeat the number of damage total.
2 7s.
2 7s, so 14. Okay.
Yep.
What do you want to know?
I would like to know strengths and weaknesses of this Bosku, if you don't mind.
Sure. Roll intelligence.
I have no intelligence. I've rolled a 9.
Even on a 9, you know some things about oozes.
Okay.
Just as a wizard. You know that it's immune to many different kinds of conditions, so trying to influence its mind is hard to do. And this one is probably resistant to acid.
Glyvin. Okay. So Melf's acid arrow, out of the question. Got it.
Cool. So that was your bonus action and action, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, great. At the end of your turn, it's going to throw another glob of acid at you. Everybody who is next to you, which is Craig. Rachel, how far back would you have moved, I guess is my question.
Probably pretty far back. She's got sharpshooter and she's got yeah.
So I would say just Craig and Juicy then. I need a dexterity saving throw as another retaliatory globule comes flying out.
Rude.
Natural 20, baby.
Nice.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh,
15.
I think. Hold on.
For a 22 total.
So 15 and 22 total. Does blind affect dexterity saving throws?
Ooh. That's
Automatically fails any ability check that requires sight?
Yes.
I feel like seeing the glob coming would be sight.
Yes. No, I totally would. I would fail that for sure.
Oh, same.
Brutal. Both of you take. Hold on, I gotta roll damage. I didn't roll for this one. 2. Okay. Both of you take just 7 points of damage on this one.
Oh, I don't like that.
Cool.
Okay, Aetherius.
Okay. You talk to me about the general sentience and kind of like intellect and cognizance of these slimes. You mentioned their minds are hard to manipulate.
Yes. The verdant ooze has demonstrated an ability to communicate psychically with other oozes. So it has some measure of sentience. It would be difficult to, for instance, charm it or paralyze it. They have sort of good conditioned immunities to those kinds of effects. Is there something particular that you want to know?
I have a mace of terror that I am weighing using, which will frighten every creature of my choice in a 30-foot radius. And so I am weighing having Brack run into the center of this, even though he is blind, he can't see. It doesn't say that I need to do anything but activate the Mace of Terror to have it work. So I would like, what I'm weighing is to have Brack like full on run slow motion throughout the chaos and the flying ooze and, you know, acid snot and everything around us. And I want him to get to the center and slam the Mace of Terror down, trying to frighten pretty much all of these things. This guy here, I'm pointing like you can see it. The 3 tentacles if they can be scared back in, he'd like to scare alongside the big ooze and also the evil clone.
Cool. So it is an action to activate that item if you want to do that.
Okay. That seems like a good use of an action. And it says that the creatures must pass a DC 15 wisdom saving throw. Otherwise, they are afraid of me for a full minute.
Okay. I will roll those.
Mm.
Cool. The ooze appears unaffected. I'll tell you, it passed its save. And the Wizard Green's clone looks up at you with terror in her eyes. Which is good, because at the end of your turn, she runs away from you and stops scrubbing at these runes.
Can I give a good old hearted? That's right, you better run.
Incredible. So I'm going to say she skips her turn running away from you. Craig, you're up. This acid covering your eyes, you're blinded, but you know that your enemy is straight ahead. What do you like to do?
It's going to rage, and you see like kind of reaches out, and more ooze like coalesces and like grows into a bigger size, and is now like size large, and is going to run in and smash anything. Like if I can't, I have 40 feet of movement, so if I can't hit a creature, I would try to hit the runes, but I know that would definitely, like, I'm still blinded, so I don't, it'd probably be a disadvantage or something.
Do you have any ranged attacks?
Yeah, I have a javelin. I could like shoot out some ooze as like a spear javelin throw.
Sure. Do you want to target one of the tentacles or the verdant ooze?
The verdant ooze.
Okay. Cool.
That
yeah,
would be
take your attacks.
disadvantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got a natural 20 and an 18. So 18
Nice.
plus 8 would be 26.
I mean, that hits, yeah.
Yeah. For 12 piercing damage.
Nice.
Ooh,
Just
and
schlunks into this thing.
Attacks.
Yeah, roll again.
14 to hit?
That hits.
Oh, wow. 10 piercing.
Cool, so it was 10, and what was the first one? Sorry, what was it? 12?
12, so 22 total between the two attacks.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. And then as Flavor trying to clear my eyes, but not, not taking an action to do so, but just like, and that'll be it.
Awesome. As your turn ends, its next layer action triggers. From the sort of stomach or whatever this like interior of the ooze would be, it sort of like belches up just a horizontal column of goo that forms a sort of a congealing wall. And I need a dexterity saving throw from, let's see, where do I want to put this wall? Should I be mean?
Never stopped you before.
Yeah. So, Andy and Craig, I need a dexterity saving throw from the two of you.
You got it.
Craig, you're muted.
Is blinded until the end of my turn, or the end?
Yes, so you can see now.
Okay, so then a nasty, filthy, dirty 20.
Yeah.
Nice.
24.
Nice. Both of you see this column landing, and it lands in front of the door, sealing off your allies in that room. Andy and Craig, you are on the interior, and you hear the creaking of this tower. It seems like it's getting more unstable over time as these big hits are shaking the very foundations of this place.
Uh-oh.
Rachel, it's your turn. There is now a wall of ooze in front of you.
Well, shit. All right, well, let's see if I can knock that down. And she's going to fire her first shot at it, and that's a 19 to hit the wall.
Yeah, it hits.
That's going to be 18 damage on that one.
Okay.
Is the wall still walling?
Just barely.
Okay. 24 to hit for the second shot.
That hits, yeah. And then you don't even have to roll damage.
Okay.
The wall is just Swiss cheese, Swiss
Okay.
ooze, and the way is clear again.
She takes the wall down, and then she kind of moves up just a little bit, kind of next to where Juicy is, and kind of points out and crouches down and releases this tiny little spectral bunny. She's like, "Go help them." And it's gonna hop forward, and right in front of the doorway, it's gonna land, and it is a healing spirit. So if anyone wanted to like walk into it, they would get a little bit of healing on their turn. Just saying. I can do it 4 times. So I'm concentrating on that. And
Yeah,
that'll
how
be
far
my
up is
bonus
that, by the
action.
way?
It is right in front of the door. So you just have to like to the door and then back.
Oh, good. That's exactly where I need to go. So, yes.
So she's concentrating. That was her action and her bonus action, and she's done.
Awesome. Andy.
I'm going to try and will this just be my movement to kind of climb back up and get on top of
It takes
bridge
half.
again? Okay. So I'll just like do that, get up. Am I within range of this phony ass wizard green now?
You are.
Okay. Delightful. I would like, as a bonus action, to spend another key point to summon a clone on the opposite end of her. So I'm flanking. This was the original plan. I just flubbed it up and fell off to my death. But once I do that, I would like to summon a power within myself from my aberrant dragon mark. And it's going to look like a ball of energy is forming in my palms, swirling more and more as I go, and I just condense it into this hard ball of light, and I just shove it directly in her abdomen as I cast Chromatic Orb, or as I like to call it, Gobsingon. So that's gonna be
Okay.
19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, cool. And 3d8. Okay. Math. That'll be 14 points of thunder damage directly into her spleen.
Cool. The like stomach of her clothes shreds in a spiral as this energy blasts her, and she takes 14 points of damage. That seems like it chunked her pretty bad. She doesn't have a ton
Okay.
of hit points.
That makes me happy. And then I will just stand there, ready to weather whatever punishment she deems fit.
Okay. At the end of your turn, as a legendary action, one of the tendrils is going to try to attack. Let's see who's close. I'll say it moves towards. I guess Ethereus, because you're closest, and it's going to roll to attack. Closest to the ooze, that is. Oh, and it misses you. So it just thuds ineffectually on the ground as this tentacle tries to hit you. It is now the verdant ooze's turn.
I think he flips off the tentacle upon it missing him.
Oh, I should make this its real size now. Okay. The tentacle next to you, you see it like ooze, like squeezing up from the pool and traveling up and getting plopped down on top of you. I need a strength saving throw, Ethereus.
All right. Okay. Oh, that's not bad. That is a 12.
This glob of jelly lands on top of you, and you try to pull out of the way, but it's stuck to you, and you are restrained. You take 5 points of acid damage, and your speed is reduced to 0, and attacks have advantage on you.
There's a lot of flailing and a lot of bro-like profanity coming from Breck as he writhes in pain on the ground.
And it's a problem that they're going to have advantage because they're going to roll to attack. What's your AC, Therius?
18.
18. Okay, one of the attacks still misses, but one of them does land.
Oof.
And so you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage
Oof.
as these things just wail on you.
Doing math. Oof.
That is the end of its turn. Juicy.
Yeah.
Pained wheezing from Breck.
So, being blinded, I'm gonna stumble forward to get into the healing area of that little bunny. How much do I heal?
A d6, and I will let you roll that, so I am not responsible.
Aw, shucks. Oh god, there it is. Alright, D6. I gain back 3 hit points, which could be worse. Alright, so that's something. And then I am going to use Magic Missile because I can't see well, and those are a guaranteed hit. So I'm going to use that on the ooze. So Magic Missile. That's 2 damage, but I get 3 of those. So that's a total of 8 plus 2 is 10 damage. And then I'm going to do 2 of my meteors, which are 2 deck saves.
What's the DC?
My DC is let me so many windows open. I love that. Sorry, I was looking
Got to
at
be higher than a 13, right?
I'm pretty darn sure it is. Let's just go
Yeah.
over. Yeah, it's 15.
Cool. So it fails both.
Yep. So 2d6 attacks of fire damage, which means 6 and 7 fire damage.
So another 13.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
And I'm like, get this shit out of my eyes. Ah, my eyeliner.
and you are no longer blinded.
Good.
Cool. Aetherius, you're up.
I think writhing in pain, covered in this fucking acidic snot like substance. We see I imagine we see Breck try to stand up, lose his footing a little bit on the part of the slime that slammed into him, and still holding the mace of terror. I think it's just there's that. Hold on, I'm going to double check something very quickly. I lost the map. Yeah, there's just a big chonker in front of me, right? Just this guy. I think I swing at him, right? The stand up where I'm at, and I, with the Mace of Terror, I'm going to take a big swing at this guy. See, roll. Okay. Does a 16 hit?
It does. Its AC is 12.
Brilliant. Six plus 4 is going to be, that is 7 damage.
Okay, you have 2 attacks.
I'm going
So roll
to lean back over my other shoulder, pulling back the Terror Mace in that direction, and now I'm going to attempt to strike from the other side. Okay, so that is a 13 to hit, and then that is 8 damage. So 15 damage total.
Cool. You knock off sort of chunks of this roiling mass of ooze. And Craig, is your turn.
Am I in the aura right now? Do I start in it?
You mean the like circle?
The little bunny aura?
Oh. Yeah, how far up is the bunny?
Juicy is currently standing in it.
How big is the range?
It's like a little 5-foot square, but you can move
it's
through
tiny.
allies' squares.
Yeah,
so.
no, it's fine. It's okay. No, I'm gonna run up to the ooze guy, the verdant ooze, and take a couple strikes at it.
Please do.
Just like you see the giant ooze fists like harden a little bit at like the end, and I just slamming into it. 24 to hit, and a 10 to hit.
So the 24 definitely hits. The 10 misses.
12 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And that is it.
Nice. At the top of the round, this thing has taken damage. Parts of it are sort of dripping off. It almost seems like it's struggling to hold its form. Craig, you would hear this because you are an ooze. There is just a wordless screech that you know means merge as the tendrils slam up against the containment field, squeeze through, and join the ooze as it grows to gargantuan.
Whoa.
Standing immediately next to it, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Eight.
Aetherius, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy, let's see what we
Ew.
get. $16.
Cool. You manage to resist this effect as it tries to sort of surround you and consume you. Craig,
Mm-hmm.
you are restrained and you feel it trying to pull you into the center. You don't take damage, but you know it's trying to suck you in.
Mm-hmm.
And that is Rachel's turn.
Okay. Bonus action Hunter's Mark on the now gargantuan ooze. And I rolled really crappy to hit it. Do a 12 and a 13 hit?
They both hit, yeah.
Oh, okay. 17 damage for the first one, 21 damage for the second one.
So 38. So
Yes.
1. Awesome.
So that
That's
was
a
her
lot of
bonus
damage.
action and her actions. So she's
Awesome.
done.
At the end of your turn, now that it is gargantuan, it's going to use one of its new moves. It sort of picks itself up and plops down, releasing a wave of sludge that drenches everybody in a 60-foot radius, which I think is probably everybody.
Yeah, that's the room.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. And it just barely also gets Rachel. This sludge clings to you. A couple of things happen to you. You feel your body starting to grow abnormally, your limbs getting bigger. If you're medium, become large. If you're large, you also become huge. While this effect lasts,
Mm-hmm.
which is as long as the verdant ooze is alive, your size is increased, you have disadvantage on all attacks, and you take 8 points of force damage at the start of each of your turns as your limbs continue to grow horrifically, dealing damage to you as your body struggles to maintain itself.
I don't like this.
You
This is
see
so
this
cool.
wave of sludge slam against the walls. The foundations of the tower like shake. You see chunks of the ceiling falling as dirt from above starts seeping through.
Uh-oh.
It is Andy's turn. You take 8 points of damage at the top of the round.
Gotcha. Ooh, oochie, oochies. Feeling this like unusual like pressure around me. Did it also get Wizard Green too, or is she immune from this?
You see it hits her, and her form for a moment becomes amorphous because this clone is made of ooze. And she grows in size, doesn't seem to be taking damage, but is suddenly very big.
Okay. Well, in that case, I think Gabuto will just be like, I gotta go help my friends. They're more of a priority than you are. And he'll reach inside of his jacket pocket, pull out a small figurine of a Jasper toad. And I think he's just gonna try and throw it as high as he can. I think the range that he's able to throw it is 60 feet. I think he's gonna try and throw it above the verdant ooze. And then he's just gonna slam his hand on the ground and activate his wondrous figurine.
Cool. Please tell me what it does.
So this will be an action. As I activate this, this small Jasper toad will become an actual creature. It will become a giant toad. And my plan is to kind of activate it as it is at its apex of flight. So Hopefully that'll be 60 feet above the clone, or not the clone, but above the ooze. And it is a large creature. It just becomes a living creature, and it occupies a space within 60 feet of me. Uh, oh no, it says on the ground. Dang. Well,
I'm gonna let you do it anyways because it's cool.
okay. Thank you. Uh, yeah. So 60 feet within the space of me, and then it is friendly to me and my homies. It will follow any verbal commands that I give it as an action, and it goes on my turn, I believe, or it goes right after me. I think.
Cool. So it goes right now. Right?
Yeah. Yes. Uh, would it land on top of the ooze, and if so, would it do any damage in doing so?
Yeah. So the ceiling is 30 feet high. So
Awesome.
yeah, if you want it, if you want it to fall, let's have it roll damage.
Okay.
So both the slime and the toad take 11 points of damage.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. And would it still have an attack once it lands on the toad, or once it lands on the slime?
Yes.
Okay. Then this will be. What's that? A 14 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, this will just be a bite attack. So I need a D10. Okay, that'll be a 10 plus 2, so 12 points of piercing damage. And I don't know if it's immune to poison damage, but it'll also take a D10 of poison damage.
Yeah, it's immune to poison.
Okay.
So this toad lands, and you hear the resounding thud of this large creature landing, shaking the building, and you see more chunks of the building falling down. Everybody, you take 3 points of damage from falling rubble as this tower seems to be in tough shape. The ooze included, it takes 3 points of
Burning
damage.
down the house.
Oh
Is that
boy.
only 2 for me since I'm resistant to bludgeoning right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Same for me.
Dope.
Okay, and it is the ooze's turn. You see the Wizard Green's clone eyes alight with green energy, glowing as she pushes you out of the way, scrambling for the magic circle. She's still in range of you, so there's no attack of opportunity. She sort of comes around and starts scraping at the runes, and the seal is removed. This thing is free. Craig, I need a strength saving throw as that effect that landed on you before begins to activate. The DC is 15.
Ooh, 10.
Woof. You are sucked into the center of this ooze.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You are restrained.
Mm-hmm.
You'll repeat the save at the end of your turn.
Okay.
So you're stuck here for a round at least.
Yep.
It's going to do its last attack, where it throws a glob of jelly, trying to trap more of you in here. Andy, I need a strength saving throw from you as well.
Okay. 15.
Nice. It lands on your foot, and you pull your foot out. You are free. And you don't take any damage. The verdant ooze is going to use its movement carrying Craig's character inside. It starts moving towards the door. It seems to want to leave you all in here as the tower falls.
Cool.
Juicy.
Yes. Don't love this. Not great. So I'm gonna probably take a bit of a step back, you know.
At the start of your turn, since you're still in the spirit, you get to heal again.
Oh, heck yeah. That was a D6.
Another D6.
Yes. I only 2, but I'll take it. I need it. Swell. And then thank you. So then my 2.
Oh, don't forget about the 8 damage at the start of your turns. Because
That we
you're all
take?
growing. Yeah.
Okay. And then the last 2 meteors are gonna fly. If you could give me a deck save.
That is 2 failures.
Then you take 14 damage, fire. And I think I am going to cast Shatter, is what I'm going to do. And looking at the map, I will cast it to get the big glob boy and the tentacle without getting any of my friends. Is there a way to also get the wizard green?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Then I'll just get those 2. So, give me another dex save.
It fails.
Then you take 19 thunder damage.
Ooh.
Incredible.
That tentacle and the big monster.
A couple of things happen all at once. This shatter spell goes off. The thunderous boom reverberates through the chamber as you destroy what is left of its structural integrity.
Yes.
The ooze from the center of this blast is blown in all directions as all of you feel your bodies start to regain its normal form, as huge chunks of the tower now begin to fall. You all can use your reaction to move up to your movement speed.
Yes, please.
Except for me because I'm restrained.
The ooze has been blown off of you
Oh.
because Juicy destroyed it. You are free.
And I'm not being affected by that thing anymore? Wait, never mind. No, we're good. We're good. Yeah, I would definitely use my. I can get there.
Okay. And Andy, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35,
Yeah.
40.
Oh no, I have 40. There we go.
Okay. We are out of initiative order as you see the clone crumbling to ooze. But you all still have to escape this crumbling tower. Those of you on the stairs, you see parts of it falling to the ground as pieces of the stairs fall. I would like to ask you what ability you would like to use to try to escape this hazard. I will allow any reasonable argument, and you describe what you do. The DC for any of these checks will be 15.
can I run like halfway up the stairs and use my amorphous ability to go through the ceiling? Or like the holes that are in the ceiling?
I fucking love that. Yes. I'll give you advantage on, let's call it acrobatics or athletics, something like that.
Do athletics.
Okay.
Yeah. Son of 15.
That barely makes it.
Yeah.
All right. You squeeze through the hole and you escape. What's everybody else gonna do?
I have 2 key points left.
Okay.
Can I use well actually let me make sure I can do I forget what the economy for this is. My stunning strike. Yeah, okay, it's 1. Can I use a stunning strike just to try and make my punch a little stronger to try and break through the stone of the ceiling? And then with the other key point, can I make another clone of myself to try and help boost people up through that hole?
I love that idea. Here's how we're gonna do this.
Okay.
Roll your athletics.
Natural 20 plus 3.
Yes.
Fucking awesome.
Whew.
The way we're gonna do this is, originally what I was gonna do is you smash through the ceiling, further destabilizing the structure. And I was going to have you choose one person to increase their DC by 5 and one person to reduce their DC by 5. On a natural 20, I'll let you choose one person additional to reduce their DC by 5. But somebody still is going to have a harder time getting out of this tower as it falls.
Okay.
Give it to me.
Then I'm going to choose
I have a reason.
Juicy to decrease. I'm going to choose Squall to decrease, and I'm going to choose myself to increase. Because friendship.
So you are...
Don't do that.
Okay.
No, keep yourself low. I have a reason.
Because friendship, though.
Fine. We're gonna see how this goes.
It's going to go
God.
real good for y'all.
All right, everybody, just hold on. And I'm going to take out my portable hole and throw it onto the stairs. Everybody, jump in. Except you. And he's going to point to you, Mr. Goblin. You fold this up and you jump through, bitch. And I'm going to just hop the fuck in that portable hole. Come on, people.
I mean, when someone tells you to get in the hole, you just gotta get in the hole. And she
Any hole
just
is
jumps
the
in.
goal. Any hole is the goal.
Okay. So everybody remaining in there jumps in the hole. And who did you want to fold it up?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Awesome.
he punched through everything, so I'm assuming he's just gonna get right through.
So,
yeah, there's nobody else to help with your shadow clone, so you can boost yourself up through reducing the DC by 5. We just need one more check, DC 10, and you save yourself and all of your teammates.
an 11 on the die.
Barely.
Yeah.
You jump through the hole as you hear the crescendo of falling boulders, and you make it back to the surface. The clouds are parting as the source of this catastrophe has been destroyed. But I leave you with one question. if all the boats fell apart on the way here, what the hell are we going to do to leave? And that's the end.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh my
Excellent.
gosh.
Awesome job, Andy.
We just live
That was
here now.
awesome.
This is our new life.
Quick, we gotta go save the greenhouse and see if they've got any fruit seeds left to plant. We're gonna need those crops.
The real Wizard Green is super dead.
Well, this is her fault. So, oh well.
You do what you can.
Yeah.
You can.
She did this.
Okay. I've never ended a stream before, so what am I supposed to do? I guess I say, that was Isle of the Wizard Green. Thanks for watching TTN Presents. That was
Yeah.
super fun. Cass was incredible.
You were
I'm Andy,
incredible.
Margot Mods
You were
Online.
incredible.
You can find me and my adventures, including this one, eventually when it launches on Kickstarter. Come say hi on social media.
See, that wasn't so
Neat.
hard. You did great.
Yeah, that was great.
Need an
And you know
outro from
what?
each of you as well.
All right.
Yeah. I'm Juicy Garland, big old drag queen from Boston. I'm part of TTN. I am in All Our Faults, a Monster Arts 2 actual play podcast produced by TTN. You can also find me in TTN Presents Monsters and Other Childish Things every other Friday at 8 p.m. I think time exists. And I run that game. It's freaking fantastic. I love it. I also was recently in a mini-series by the Queer XP, Moonlight on Roseville Beach, which you should check out because I was a chaos twink there. It was great. What a menace I love to be. Check out my socials at Juicy Garland and at juicy.garland for more. I don't know. Therius, you go next. You're muted, bitch. Screw you. Rachel, you go instead.
You
Therius, you've got this. I believe you can unmute.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Hopefully you can hear me.
Yeah.
Yes, hi, I'm Aetherius Bordeaux. I'm gonna take these sunglasses off because I am no longer a douchey dude bro for the evening. Yeah, you can find me at Vampire Himbo most of the socials, except for here on Twitch and on TikTok, where I am at Vampire_Himbo. I am on Castleton. I am on Philly by Night. I have an amazing project coming up right here on TTN called Saints Curiosities. You will be learning more about that as we move closer to our release schedule that has been amazingly produced. I cannot think of like a better channel to be doing that long-term show on. Yeah, come check me out on my streams. I'm in a Warhammer 40k era right now, so it's a lot of that. It's a lot of praising the Emperor's Light. So if that's your jam and you want to praise his holy Emperor Light, you can come on, check us out over
hail
on
the
Twitch, Vampire_Himbo, and praise his light. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna pass it right on over to Rachel.
All right, well, I got to keep the accent going. So I am Rachel, otherwise known as the Organized DM. You can find me on pretty much any social media under that moniker. And you can find me in projects such as Castleton, Fade Arc Eclipse, Legends and Lore, and many, many more. You can also check out my Etsy shop under the same moniker, the Organized DM. And I'm going to toss it on over to Andy.
I'm gonna keep the accent going, and I think that I'd like to thank all y'all for watching. My name is Andy. I go by ValveMax010 pretty much everywhere on the internet, Twitter, as much of a crap show as that is, Blue Sky, which is where I'm just starting to go, and TikTok, which is where I mainly do my short form content for little goofs and gags. I'm in a couple of actual plays, Our Flag Means Doom and Bayonet. Lovely time I've having over there. And I'd really appreciate if y'all come on down now you're here, and I'll pass it right over to Craig.
Yeah, well, now see here. Where's the camera? All right, here I'm looking right at you. If you're not checking out Castleton, you're missing out. We got all these beautiful folks here putting on an amazing show for you all. So go check it out. AJ's doing an amazing job. Now, if you're looking for me, you're going to find me. Craig of Inspiration. Pretty much everywhere. But if you're not following me on Instagram, you got to go follow me on the gram. And on Threads. And check out my blog, pointsofinspiration.com. Back to you.
That's all we have for you. Thanks for joining. Hope you enjoyed me murdering the first batch and trying to murder the second. Bye.
We need a moment of silence for that first batch before we go. Can we say goodbye to each of them?
Rip.
Oh,
Brilliant.
poor
Fantastic.
the Wizard Blue.
Mm.
It's so hard to say.